Y'all, I'd be late to my own funeral. I would be late to my own funeral. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How y'all doing? How your mama and them doing? How your daddy and them doing? How's y'all doing tonight? Are y'all ready for this? Are you all ready for this? Are you all ready for this? Now, I'm gonna play my little intro because I'm gonna let a few more people come in. I'm waiting on my grandbaby to come and bring me the rest of my drink. But we're gonna have a conversation. You know what, Sebastian? You gonna stop playing with my emotions. It. Let me tell you something. I had to get things together. Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all's gonna be all right. Listen, this is the thing. I don't normally come out and have these conversations. I don't normally have this discussion because I take my friendships very seriously. So I thought that tonight would be a great night, and I have cleared this already with my good friend and brother to have this conversation from someone who actually knows at least part of it. I'm not going to sit here and say I know all of it because I'm not on the other side. But I want to tell you all a cautionary tale that I have been allowed to share with you. And for those of us who are readers, seers, astrologers, I want us to hear what I have to say because we can help our friends. We can help other people and guide them through these tough conversations. I said I was going to talk about the friend side. At that point, Sebastian, I was not going to talk about the in-depth detail. So you all are going to get some exclusive information on this live. I've already cleared it with my good friend Armon. So nobody needs to run back and say, Armon, she on there talking about all of this. Because it already is what it is. Thank you, Sugar Pie. Can you do Grandma one more favor? Can you go in Grandma's room and get me a couple of Kleenex off of my nightstand? 3 would be fabulous. You're amazing. My little helper. Y'all know her. Some of y'all know her. Some of y'all don't. Let me put this in here. All right. Then we'll have enough. Okay, y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Now, listen. I did not put this on Survivor, on subscriber mode. But if we start to get bots, I'm gonna have to put it on subscriber mode for the chat. Okay, if we start to get bots, I'm gonna have to put it on subscriber mode for the chat. But if y'all are here and y'all have not already subscribed, like and subscribe, let me go and get my intro played, and then we're gonna get going. Okay, y'all? We are going to get this going. Here we go. All right, see, y'all know, those of y'all that don't be over here, I love to create an intro. I love a moment. I am going to bring out the cards because the cards are necessary. They are a necessary prop tonight. And I'm probably going to begin to bring up natal charts too, because I want to share with y'all the absolute what happened here. Okay, I want to welcome everybody. Hey, Dee Dee Harris, how you doing? Hello, EMC. Hello, Christina. I hope you're feeling better. Hello, Debbie Parnell and Velma. How are you? Hey, Afia, how are you? How are you? How are you? Melba, GJ, hello. Melinda, thank you so much for being here, Melinda. Thank you so much. Y'all be real nice to my moderator, okay? Be real nice now. Hey, TB, how is it going? Hey, Sierra. Hello, Carrie Taylor. Hello, Caramel Cutie. We got Caramel Cuties in the house. Hey, Tony Robinson. I am going to go through. Hello. Mel Smith, how are you, my friend? Hello, how are you, dear? Queen Chakra, I love it. Stephen, hello, hello, Stephen Braxton. Hello, J Solo Skin and Makeup Studio. Any of my fellow content creators in the house, please do let Melinda J know that you are a content creator, and please give her what your YouTube channel name is and or your Instagram. We do like to help out, shout out our fellow content creators here. Hello, Melissa. Melissa, by the way, the masterclass is not going to be tomorrow. We had to postpone it to next week. Okay? Wanted to let you know that. Sebastian, I've already spoken. How you doing, darling? Hello. I see a lot of bells. Those of us who are bells and bombs, those of us who are a part of the B&B squad, put them bells and bombs in here. Okay? Because I'm part of the B&B squad. I've been part of the B&B squad for a hot minute. Hello, Glam. Hey, Audra. How y'all doing? Okay. Hey, Deshaun. How you doing? All right. We're going to stop. Say hello. How are you? Vanderveer, how are you? Okay. All right. Raquel, hello. Now, everybody coming in the chat. If I ain't spoke yet, I will speak. Let's get going. So we all know, hey, Dubois, how are you? B&B Squad, those are those of us who are members over on Armand's channel. And can we please, I want to give a shout out to Armand Wiggins of the Armand Wiggins Show. I know a lot of you are here because of him. We will put his link to his channel in the chat. He doesn't need that from me, but that's my friend. And all right, B&B Squad. I love to see the B&B Squad in the house. Thank you very much. And hopefully Armand get a chance to stop by. Hopefully he does. Hey, King EJ. Hello. Scorpio. Yes. See, the bells and bombs are in the house. The B&B Squad. I got no problem being the B&B Squad. Hey, Levon, how are you? I've been part of the B&B Squad. If y'all saw, I think it was on the Jason Lee live, or the gagging live, I should say. I've now been a member of the B&B Squad for 43 months. So almost from the inception of the B&B Squad, I have been a part of it. Armand is a very good friend of mine off of YouTube. And so over the course of time, he and I have talked about a myriad of things. He and I had talked about a lot of things. Off air, and on air. But off air, we've talked about a lot. We've shared things about our families, our friends. The picture that I had in the intro was from when we both attended this party down in Houston, Texas. I've called in regard to trials. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm, kind of a lay lawyer. So Armand, in the Cardi B case, especially when there's been other issues that have popped up and there have been legal documentation, I've called in. He's been on my podcast. He's a wonderful, very talented young man. I could say that because he's about the same age as my kids. So, but that's not the type of relationship. So when he moved to LA, it's been about a year, maybe a little bit more, maybe almost 2 now. Maybe about a year. He moved to LA, but prior to him moving to LA, he had already begun to make a big splash. Right? Make a big splash. Hey, Jace, how are you? He had already begun to get a lot of influence, even though his numbers as far as subscribers may not have been as large as others. Some of y'all will remember. Now, I got to know or became privy to Armon way back in the day when the Star Marie interview first came out. And at that time, I was friends, acquaintances with Mona Simone. And you may or may not remember that there was this big to-do about the fact that TK had gotten Mona Simone on her, had gotten Star Marie on her channel for the interview. And Star Marie originally was supposed to do the interview with Mona Simone, and there was a big, huge kerfuffle about it. And this is how I got to meet up or get to see Armon Wiggins for the first time. And he was coming from a secret location. Do y'all remember that back in the day? This is how far back we go. And I'm telling you this because I need y'all to understand that when I say certain things and I talk about how I've been able to help him, and not that he can't figure this out for himself, I want y'all to understand that as well. It is not that Armon lacks intuition or discernment, because one thing, if you all get the opportunity, or if you listen to him, even if you don't get the opportunity to get to know him personally, if you listen to him, you can tell his discernment and intuition is on point. And I don't have to say that, because there's sometimes I'll call him and be like, yo, you kind of out of pocket on this one. You might be a little out of pocket on this one. I can't agree with you. But his intuition and foresight is on point, with or without the tarot. So it's not that he needed me, but I want to tell you how I had the honor and the privilege of being able to help guide him through some things. Yes, Sebastian, you do not need a lot of subscribers for view. What you need is talent. Thank you. And that is what Armon has. There are a lot of people who remember the secret location. A lot of people remember the secret location. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So he does have a good heart, and he does believe in giving people a chance. Now, I'm not going to sit here, Armon, you may be listening. I'm not going to sit here and say, Gemini has come because I'm talking about another Gemini. Hey, Andrew. That Armon's a saint. I'm not a saint. Armand's not a saint. Okay? But Armand is authentic to me, and he is my authentic friend. So, but prior to him moving to LA, he had begun to start moving in certain circles. Okay, Gemini, you gonna make me light this candle. And he began to move in certain circles. And in those certain circles was one Jason Lee. Jason at that point had already begun his Hollywood Unlocked. Everyone knows that Jason Lee was also on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So there were certain commentaries that Armon was doing and such. That, thank you so much about the kitty. Thank you so much. Let you pet the cat. I wish I could. And so we began to discuss whether or not, or what the relationship would begin to look like with Jason Lee. I will tell you, though, prior to that, there were other relationships that were beginning to be cultivated with Daytime Tea Time, with Lovely Tea. And of course, there was the demise of the relationship, or lack thereof, and the online, I guess we could call it a conversation or a beef with one Miss TK. And so from time to time, because he was just getting back into the tarot, I would have these conversations with him, and I'd pull cards, or we would just have intuitive conversations about where certain relationships would potentially go. And there have been about maybe 4 or 5 very significant moments where I pulled cards in regard to specifically Mr. Lee. Now, those of you on my channel that have been here before, you all know that when I'm choosing to not really say somebody's whole name, they're Mr. or Ms. So in regard to Mr. Lee, there were quite a few times where we've pulled cards. And the reason for pulling them was not because I couldn't see or he couldn't see, but because we wanted to take an additional tool to hear and to be able to discern what this individual's end goal could be, where their energy was at the moment, and how to approach it in the future. When you're pulling cards for that confirmation, yes. When you're pulling cards for these specific reasons, y'all, I want y'all to understand something. You have got to take the meanings of the cards in a very straightforward way. You can't, so for instance, right now, if I'm doing a reading about what the energy is in regard to this individual right now, if I pull the Empress card, okay, well, there's something here we're trying to create. There's an empire, there's a long play. There's a long-term play here at play. With the Magician, we mean to make something out of nothing. We mean to create something. We mean to bring something into existence. And it's going to be quite fruitful. Now, with the Ten of Pentacles, now what would happen, I would tell you, is almost at every turn, I would get cards like the King of Cups. I would get cards like the King of Swords. I would get cards like the Knight of Swords. And I would get cards like the Knight of Pentacles. Why was I getting those? The King of Cups can just not only mean someone that is loving and supportive and all about you and all for you, but just going to give it to you straight, no chaser, but always in love. That can also mean a very manipulative behind the scenes. You can't trust that mother trucker. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I continue to see a King of Cups come on, I'm like, ooh, is this a manipulative type of individual? When I continue to see a Knight of Swords and a King of Swords pop up surrounding something that's involving, yeah, my nails. I got my Cardi B nails. The Empress, which means this person is in it for the long play, and they mean to manifest something that's most likely for their own benefit. And they mean for this to be quite lucrative and fulfill their own, or could potentially be your, dreams as well. Ten of Pentacles is everything, all sides, right? Everything you've ever hoped or wished for is made manifest. Okay? Everything is made manifest. Thank you, Glam Beauty. Glam Beauty says Armon is pure talent and his heart is pure. That's why he's loved by so many. Yeah, you might not. So, okay, the Knight of Swords. So I'm going to talk about the Knight of Swords too. I'm going to talk about the Knight of Swords, Jace. Thank you, Glam. When you got to read this in context and begin to hear. The Knight of Swords can mean a gossiper, a backbiter, one that's carrying messages back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, you see things like the Page of Swords. That could mean some very immaturity. That could mean some jealousy. When you see the King of Swords, that typically will say this to me, depending upon who it is and the context in which it's being read. That King of Swords can be one that's going to slice and dice everything up, or that King of Swords can be one that's going to manipulate every conversation and try to manipulate every thought to their advantage. So you might need to watch, because behind the scenes, if you see things, especially with that Knight of Swords together, and then you see the Knight of Pentacles, which says, whoa, hold on, don't rush. Don't rush. You got to be careful. Tread carefully with your money, with your contracts, with how you work with this mother trucker. Tread careful. All is not well. All is not right. We're going to talk about that, Smooth Art. Smooth Art says, the relationship felt like it was only seasonal to me because our monster was or might not have been bigger, but it was brighter. We're going to talk about that. Good evening. Good evening, Uniquely Right. We're going to talk about that. Hi, Warrior Girl. Okay, baby, I'm going to have to let you go. Y'all, this might turn out to be a mukbang because my fish is upstairs, y'all. I ain't even ate yet. So these are the things, these are the cards that I was beginning to see. Somebody put in the chat, I think that somebody let me know. I believe Jason is a Libra. Mr. Lee is a Libra. If somebody knows his sign, please drop it in there. I know Armon is a Gemini. So then when I would begin to see cards like the Lovers, which is the major arcana, right? The major arcana. Thank you very much. Respectfully. Thanks, RMJ. Thank you. We get into what I saw, dear. Listen up. Listen, Charlie. He's a Leo. Okay, thank you. So when I would begin to get the major arcana for the two of them, what would consistently show up is that there were going to be various times within the relationship that there was going to be gossiping, backbiting, and there was going to be times when he flipped things over to try to make him look bad. What consistently showed up is he was not to be trusted. What consistently showed up is that this relationship needed to be strictly business. And I remember at the beginning of this year, at the end of last year, I did a reading for him. And because I believe this was when he was moving to LA or just after the move. And I told him then, I said, you're not going to get all the help that you're going to seek. I tell him then, watch the contracts he tries to get you to enter into. I told him then to watch the positions. He would put you in position, but it was not necessarily completely for your own good and benefit. To watch it. Because there was an undercurrent of things that were secrets. I'd continue to get the Moon card. Secrets. I'd continue to get the Seven of Swords. Secrets. Stealing. Ideas. I would say you got to watch your ideas. You got to watch for copycatting. You got to watch for trying to take your brand. You got to watch for now I'm going to tell y'all, to be honest with you, and I've kept it a buck everywhere I've been. Anywhere I've spoken on this. And Armand said it out of his own mouth. This was always strictly business, guys. This was strictly business. So I want all of my content creators and business people, budding content creators, and whatnot. I want y'all to hear it. Oh, we're going to get to that, no reason. Oh, that's cute. I want y'all to hear this. There are relationships you are going to enter into that are strictly business. There are relationships you're going to enter into that are sometimes it's strictly a collaboration. For instance, people that come on my podcast, by and large, they are interviews only. This is exactly true, Jace. This is exactly true. Scorched earth behind it. There's times I'll collaborate with YouTubers I have over the course of my time on here. And it's only been a collaboration. It's only been a collaboration. One and done. Sometimes it's strictly business. Sometimes there's a joint venture where both of you can be mutually exclusive or mutually beneficial. It is not usury if it's mutually beneficial. If I talk to you and I say, listen, let's go into business together. I'm going to bring this. You're going to bring this. And together we're going to create this. Who's using who? No one. As long as I'm upfront and the other party's upfront about what this is. It's when you seek to do things behind the scenes and you're talking to people behind people's back and you're having these secret conversations trying to stop a motherfucker's bag and you're having these secret conversations, oh, I wouldn't trust him or I wouldn't put her on. You see how messy they are? I don't know. I don't think they're ready. But to my face, you're saying, oh, yeah. You're amazing. You got so much talent. I'm going to put you on, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get you verified, blah, blah, blah. But behind the scenes, that Knight of Swords, that Seven of Swords. Let me tell you the tarot reader something. When you start pulling a lot of swords, there's so much air going on. There's so much chatter. You better verify and validate what's behind the chatter. Do you understand? What's behind the chatter? What's behind the discussion? Because usually, especially if you begin to see the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, you see the Two of Swords, people are just, they don't know what's going on. You got to look and see what's happening. So I saw a lot of air. Occasionally, I pull a Five of Cups and a Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles being left outside, feeling left out, or not wanting to feel left out. Not wanting. Let me tell you something. When you know a mother trucker, I'm not going to say completely jealous because I don't know the person. But when you see this kind of energy surrounding them, where they always have to big up themselves and they're always putting up somebody else down. Always. Okay? When you're seeing that, when you're seeing how they move, when you see it a little funny in real life, and then you begin to pull these cards, when you hear their story. See, when I heard Mr. Lee's story, and this is no offense, no shade. Right now, he's got a lot of success, or he's come to a point of success, but there's a lot of pain that's still there. So see, I, the healer, the teacher, the mentor, the reader, the seer, the prophet, the oracle, sees him in the pain. But because I can see the pain and I sense the auric field and I sense the energy coming off of him, when I look at the cards, then I'm like, whoa, this is somebody that really doesn't know how to have an authentic relationship, because very few, if anybody, has ever had an authentic relationship with him. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is all cautionary tale, y'all. This is all cautionary. This is my opinion, but I'm telling you how using the tarot, using astrology, using your intuition, your ability to see, okay, can help you facilitate being able to guide someone through. So while I'm pulling these cards, I'm gonna pull some of these right here. I'm gonna show some of these comments. While I'm pulling cards, I'm seeing Three of Swords, brokenhearted. I'm seeing Tower cards and feeling the trying to avoid destruction and yet causing it all at the same time. Continuing almost consistently, that Knight of Swords backbiting and the Seven of Swords always showed up. If I'm going to be honest and transparent, I don't think my friend would mind. I would also see the Eight of Swords. And so I would say to Armon, listen, don't get trapped in this feeling of you need him. Don't get trapped in that feeling. Armon never truly trusted him. But like Armon said, he did look up to him and did respect him. Mr. Lee has accomplished a lot. He's got into a lot of doors and a lot of rooms. So there should be nothing but respect. He's blazed somewhat of a trail in certain areas. He was getting certain looks and certain nods and getting on networks like Fox Soul. And, he'd been involved, of course, because of VH1, been involved with Viacom and such. And gotten to know quite a few people. Cardi B, nonetheless. Tiffany Haddish, all of that. That does not necessarily mean that just because that person or anybody gets to a place of success does not mean that their heart is healed. And I'm going to say that again. Just because you get to a place of success does not mean your heart is healed. It does not mean you're not in a place of pain. It does not mean that there is not some narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic actions that you throw up and put up as a shield and a protector from being hurt. And if it is true that he's a Leo, I'll look up his birthday. Leos like to be seen. Leos can be very dramatic. Now, I love my Leos. My man is Leo. Leos can be very dramatic. My youngest daughter is a Leo. My daddy was a Leo. Very dramatic. Okay. I thought he was a Libra, though. A lower vibrational Leo, or one that has not been healed, will give off a false sense of loyalty and stab you in your back so fast it'll make your head spin. So I want to address a couple things, and then we're going to get back to the story. They did not link up because of Nikki. That's a mutual whatever. They didn't. Those groups of people did not link up because of Nikki. In fact, if you all will remember, Cardi B, Armon was dragging Cardi B too. Do y'all remember that? I'm not the only one. Cardi B came and had a conversation with him. They had a conversation. Cardi B has no expectation that Armon is going to not speak his mind. And in fact, everything, if you listen to his live, everything that he stated on that live, Cardi knew. He had already told Cardi. So just like I'm telling this here, he told that to her. Karma, y'all, if y'all do not understand karma, this is not Armon's karma. Karma is payback, or karma is a result A karmic debt is a result of something done either in this lifetime or a previous lifetime, and sometimes it can be a generational something that has happened. Armon was not injured in this. I mean, I don't want to say that. Armon, overall, his career was not injured, contrary to popular belief. His relationship with Cardi was not injured, contrary to popular belief, or some people's opinions. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. My opinion is this: if you continue to remain silent when people are bullies, narcissists, allegedly, in my opinion, when there's dirt being done behind the scenes, then they will continue to do that. Cardi B does not use Armon for what? What does Cardi B use Armon for? There's nothing to use him. Dee says, pulling all them cards, I would have left JL a long time ago. Okay, this is a very interesting take. Do you use the cards or use what you're hearing to guide you on how to work with a person? Or do you just avoid it? There's times, and you know this in your regular life, if I know what kind of person you are because I can see through you, I'm just going to treat you with a long-handled spoon. You might think you're getting the better of me, but my brother and my sister, you ain't. So sometimes there's a means to an end. And again, this is why we have to delineate business from friendship. You are not going to be friends with everybody you do business with. And you probably shouldn't be. You should probably like them. But again, if this is mutually beneficial, you're open as to what you want from this relationship and interaction, the other person is open about it, I don't see no problem with it. Because we're open. We're transparent. Everybody you see me talk to or collaborate with on YouTube, every YouTuber you see on somebody else's panel or channel, we're not all friends, man. We're definitely not all enemies. Sometimes we are affiliates and associates and, right? Acquaintances, but we're not all friends. Congratulations, Warrior Girl. Thank you. Congratulations. Drop your channel name to Melinda. It's hard to separate business with friendship when you have a big heart. This is a very good statement to make. Thank you for the 111 people in the chat. Melinda, where are we at with our likes? Y'all, please consider liking this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I haven't said that all the time, so I'm just going to say it now. Those of you who are not subscribed to me, I do commentary about this and many other things. This is a spirit-based channel, and we also talk about what it looks like, how we can apply spirituality to everyday life, and also how you can be an entrepreneur and create your own table. So we do a lot here, and we talk about some hard-hitting conversations as well. When you have a big heart, it is especially important for you to separate that big heart from business and protect your heart. Guard your heart. Because from the heart come the issues of life. Armon did have to guard his heart. I'm not going to lie. And there were plenty of times where during these readings, I would say, hey, I would say, hey, guard your heart. Guard your heart. Watch it, because this man's going to try to suck you in. Oh, Jesus. This man's going to try to suck you into something and make it seem like it's all gravy and all good. But there's an ulterior motive at play that you're not going to know what it truly is. Before he went to the I told him he was going to get in November, December, I believe it was. I do, and he can, if he's here, you could text me, my friend, and remind me. But I believe I told him then that he was going to get a really big opportunity as a result of this relationship. Okay. Told him to go. I had said, hey, yeah, I confirmed it. Go to this. Go. It's gonna be great. Go. It was a wonderful thing. But I told him then something big was gonna happen for Armon, and that Mr. Lee was gonna turn around and bite him in the ass. And what happened? The photo comes up on the Daily Mail online, and then the next day he has it taken down. Hold on one second. Let me get some of these out of the way. He needed to wrap his arm around Armon to hold him back, and he did just enough to stunt. I think so. And I think, honestly, I don't know if it was so much holding him back, but again, from the cards, it was, I want to sun you. Because you have to remember, there's this rivalry between him, Mr. Lee, and Ms. TK. So how much better would it look that Mr. Lee mentored Armon and brought him to the forefront so he could say, oh, right? But also, again, with all these 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Knight of Swords, Tower, Devil, and not the Devil card is not always bad. But you got to read between the Moon, ulterior motives at work. You got to look at what the ulterior motive is. And sometimes what can happen, remember I said that Leos, if indeed he is, will give you a fake loyalty, but really kind of it's more control, stabbing in the back manipulation. So you can have control over this person because I made you. Now I got you in my back pocket. Why? Because I've done X, Y, and Z for you. So what I can do for you, I can very well take away from you. That's how I look at it. Okay? Coming too close on a relationship season and going to a rebirth. Absolutely. 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 Glam says, I'm going to catch up, guys. We're going to continue on this conversation. So glad I went on Sherelle's and corrected about Armon. And just the other day, Mr. Lee super chatted a $4.99. I've heard this being said. When I saw that had occurred on the live where she had Nosy Ho on there talking, giving her information about the Nicki Minaj lawsuit, which I was so glad that she gave her this platform. I think that's amazing because it needs to be heard. She needs to be heard. She needs that platform. I felt like that was given because it was Nosy Ho on there. And I made the statement. I said, well, this is a bit of a character rehabilitation gift. Super chat. That's how I felt about it. Everybody's allowed to their own opinions about whether or not that was the case. Could be, could not be. I needed to set that straight, though, because I don't feel personally, this is me, take it for what it's worth. I don't feel personally we should be teaching people that you always need to be quiet, because from that point of view, the nosy should stay quiet. The nosy should have never exposed what was going on behind the scenes, what she was experiencing, allegedly. But that was her experience. So then she never should have said anything. For that matter, nobody should ever speak up in public about what's going on to them and happening to them behind the scenes. That's not what we need to be teaching. We don't need, now this is me. So y'all can like it or motherfucking don't. I don't care. This is me, a 54-year-old woman who has built her own business. Understand this as well. I'm not flexing, I'm speaking. My business is built off of YouTube, not on YouTube, but outside of YouTube. I'm putting together things right now and looking for some other people to come and work with me to build a platform outside of YouTube where we can speak our piece, where you all be able to come and see all kinds of creators from all kinds of sectors for one subscription. Boom. And be able to interact with them. My money don't come from YouTube, so I can say certain things. I'm not trying to burn bridges per se, but right is right, wrong is wrong. If I'm telling you to be quiet, what kind of leader am I? I cannot keep worrying about what somebody else behind a corporate desk thinks. I can't keep worrying about what somebody else at this studio or that studio necessarily thinks. Because for every one of those people that's going to get offended because I stood up for myself, do I really want to work with that kind of a person? Because that kind of a person and that kind of a company is not going to have my best interest at heart. So when I would tell Armon, this man don't have your best interest at heart. You got to watch him. You got to watch him. Matter of fact, in April, I said it in January and I said it again in April of this year. I told Armon by the fall, there was a tower moment. There was a tower card. There was the devil card. 7 of Swords popped up. Knight of Swords popped up. And I'm trying to remember one more. 3 of Swords popped up. And I told him, and also Justice. I told him by the fall, September or October. No, the Hermit card, that's what it was. Because that signified Virgo season to me. I said September or October, by the fall season, this would happen. There'd be a big blow up. There'd be a massive tower moment. There would be some hurt feelings involved. There would be some dogging behind the back, throwing a rock, hiding the hand. There'd be a major attempt at stealing and tearing him down. And if he comes on here, he could tell you that's true. If he comes on here, y'all can ask him. Y'all can, whatever. Y'all can ask him. And I told him then, this is what was going to happen. Now, I didn't know about what for sure. But I told him there'd be something big that would get exposed. And that as a result of this, that Mr. Lee would feel some type of way. And there'd be a shaking and a moving, and it was going to happen in the fall season, September, October. I said right around Virgo season. I was a little bit off. I was close. Do you understand? If you're watching from the clouds and bushes, y'all gonna stop. Yes. When they show up constantly, you gotta know. Absolutely. Leos love attention. Absolutely. I'm scrolling through these. I'm so sorry. I'm back. I'm so far back. So these are the things that we gotta know, that we as tarot readers have to pay attention to. Hey, Crystal 313, Smooth Art. Notice with Leos is you're often only as good as the next thing you can do for them. This is where I gotta go down here. What's Cardi on live saying? Oh, was Cardi just on live saying, get in here, get in here? See, this is what I'm telling y'all. This is what I'm saying. Hey, living in the moment, how you doing? Live in the moment. Jason's birthday is August the 16th. So he's a Virgo cusp. He's a Leo Virgo cusp. Ooh, that's interesting. We're going to pull up his chart because I have done that as well. I have pulled up his chart. We're going to pull up his chart. I wouldn't have needed to go around Jason for one day to see what type. I understand that, Pretty Dime. I get you. His energy is not for me. I understand what you're saying, but I want y'all to understand something too, y'all. I'm getting through. Sometimes we have to work with people that we may not really. Sometimes we have to, depending upon what arena we're in. Sometimes we got to work with peeps that we might not really want to work with. It depends on our industry to get where we got to go. If I'm going to keep it a buck, there are some people in the spiritual space that I've thought I wanted to work with that now I'm like, no, I probably don't. There are some people that are way out there that have way more clients and students and all sorts of things that could probably benefit Heart of Inspiration, Lightworker Academy, what we are achieving, our High Vibe Business Initiative, what we're seeking, what we're working on here. And I've tried to work with them, but the level of usury and effery, I'm just going to say it's after 9, fuckery is beyond what I'm willing to put up with. But there have been people I've had to work with that I really didn't necessarily want to. You do what you need to do in the moment you need to do it, but go into it eyes wide open. Shout out to the 130 people in the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I so appreciate this. I know a lot of you don't know a lot about tarot or astrology. Hey, internet enjoyer. Well, you know what? Stick with this channel. We teach about all these different things and much more. Okay? You're Aries. I love my Aries. I have an Aries moon. You can have a heart of gold, but please don't get in the way of them ram's horns, because you literally about to get bucked up. And don't come against the bull. Don't come against the ram. Please don't come against the ram. Y'all love hard, y'all play hard. Y'all could be stubborn, but I tell you what, if I gotta go down into a fight, I'm gonna bring my Aries with me. If I need someone to saddle up, y'all are passionate, right? So thank you so much. No, I can't be friends with many people either. I understand. Sometimes we just have to, right? We just have to. Melinda, thank you. Sun Leo with Pisces energy with the number 16 within his birthday. Absolutely. We're going to pull this up. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Yeah, the scenes from Love and Hip Hop got it going. Man, that's messed up. Thank you guys so much for liking this. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Hey, Tamika, long time no see. I'm catching up with the chat. Sorry, guys. Definitely not a karma for Armon because it gave a voice to many others. Absolutely getting bullying and blackmail. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Y'all are wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Oh, Ginger Spice, I'm just now seeing this super chat. Thank you so much. Ginger Spice 414, you know what? We're going to have a little bit more discussion and stick around for a little bit. I'll give you a reading real quick. I'll pull a couple cards for y'all. He did have a lot of foresight. And let me tell you, the Gemini in Armon, I know, sir. He won't mind me saying this. Geminis can be a little ADHD, right? I have a Gemini son, a Gemini granddaughter. My first love was a Gemini. I love my Gemini. Child, there could be some very ADHD people. So the shininess and the desire to have it quickly can sometimes be a disadvantage. Okay? So I commend him over the years, because Armon a few years ago, when he was coming from a secret location, would have read Mr. Lee for filth immediately. He would have popped off, and you couldn't have put the cork back on now. But with time and maturity and age, he's learned his lesson. So he waited. But I'm never going to tell anybody to be silent when you're being either taken advantage of, bullied, abused, blackmailed, whatever. I'm never going to tell anybody that. I'm also going to say this. I'm here now. When we we can't pick and choose. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I will say this. I don't pick and choose the moral high ground I want to take. I didn't do it when I was behind the pulpit, when I was preaching everywhere. I don't do it on this channel. If I am a sinner in some areas and I got problems, I'm going to tell you. So when I was behind the pulpit, you would never hear me talking about fornication and how wrong it was. Why? Because I knew when I left there, probably that night, I was going to fornicate, or probably the night before, I had already fornicated. Not with somebody else's husband, but I'm just telling you what God loved. My boyfriend or my man at the time that I may or may not probably was not married to. So why am I going to tell you not to do something that I know good and goddamn well I'm finna do when I leave? You are not going to hear me tell you not to have a drink from behind the pulpit. Why? Because I probably just had one. Does that make me a bad preacher? Does that make me any less? No. What that makes me is real. Jason's extremely jealous. Yeah, probably. Here we go. Sebastian, me and my employer started to become friends. I stopped immediately because I started to realize he was exploiting me. Exactly. Now, I will tell y'all, this is the honest goodness truth. I don't know if there's anybody in here that works for me or has worked for me. I was watching it too. When people come and work for me for Heart of Inspiration or Lightworker Academy, I truly love each and every person that I employ. You're my family. I'm also not a large corporation. I'm also someone that can be trusted. If I call you my friend, I'm going to ride out with you to the bitter end. And I expect you to tell me about myself, and I want you and I'm going to tell you about yours too. I was watching it as well. Y'all, let's not go there. I'm not going to go there because I'm not counting nobody else's money. Okay? I'm not counting nobody else's money. And we don't know. She may have given it to her. I don't know. I'm just saying that was given that night as a result because Jason Lee, to his credit, Mr. Lee, has been in Jennifer's corner. Okay? So let's not, right? I'm not taking nothing away from him. Armon did not need Jason, but understand. That's right. The Custom Oracle has come back. Understand that there are times I would work with people to get in front of certain audiences. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. He is a force of nature. He is a force of nature. Why would you be somewhere you're not wanted? He made me respect him absolutely very much. Okay. All right, guys, let me catch up. Okay. You guys thank you so much, guys, for being here and being so involved in the chat. Oh my God. Hey, my friend, I didn't even see you. Armon, I hope you're still here. Hello, love. Armon, I'm going to drop the link if you want to come up. I know I've been yammering and talking. If you want to come up, everybody, please, this link is for Armon at first. This link is for Armon at first. I will let y'all know when y'all can join. This link that should be now in the YouTubes of it all is for Armon at first. Guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. I am going to play a little bit of I need to get a drink, y'all. I'm going to play a quick commercial for my upcoming High Vibe Business Masterclass. Don't y'all go nowhere. Don't y'all go nowhere. And Armon, if you want to, please click the link and you can come on up, my friend, and let's talk to the people. If you're ready to take your heart-centered or spirit-based business to the next level, join my friend Jeremy McDonald and I for High Vibe Business Masterclass on October 29th from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. This is going to be a powerful 3 hours where we are going to go through things like creating courses that are highly impactful for all learners, how to rebrand and upscale and uplevel your branding and the sales process. Join us on Zoom October 29th from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Go to www.highvibebizwithaz.net to register today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Okay, Armon, I saw that. Armon's gonna cam up and hang out with us a little bit. So let me just kind of finish off because I really did not necessarily, I'm not wanting to drag anybody in this, right? We have differences of opinions. All of us have differences of opinions. I came on that panel, on Sherelle's panel, because I wanted to present the perspective that I had. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down in that. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I will refuse to tell my people, especially my melanated people, that when we're mistreating one another or we're being mistreated by anyone, we need to remain silent. I'm going to drop the link for you in your Instagram, if you hear me. Let me open up the IG. Is it best to try to handle it behind the scenes? Absolutely. But what happens when you cannot handle it behind the scenes? What happens when you're handling it behind the scenes, but someone else, the other party, is not? What happens then? At what point are you supposed to continue to allow this to happen and go on? So that was my whole point. I don't like it when we come out and we air our dirty laundry. But when you have been on the other side of narcissistic behavior, abuse, bullying, people trying to stop their bag, all that kind of stuff. When you've been on the other side of that, and by you speaking up, you could potentially help other people get off from underneath that yoke, that chain, then I say do it. Because I'm gonna stand up for that. I'm going to stand up for that. We have spent too much, and I'm speaking to my melanated people. We spent too many centuries not speaking up. We have spent too many centuries concerned about what the next person or what a other group of people are thinking about us or how they're going to move with us. We have spent too many centuries allowing people to be gatekeepers to the house. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Now, that's me. If we could shuck and jive and talk about television programs, and call people on the programs out their name, listen, gossip is gossip. Tea is tea. But I pick a different space from my moral ground. Okay, I pick a different spot. Love Maria, I hope it doesn't. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. They've taught the masses people who speak up are freaks. Absolutely, we got to speak up. So let's get back to this. So how did tarot help? Tarot helped because I was able to pull cards. Where is my super chat? Hold on. I got to find it. Okay, close this. There was somebody that I got to see if I can find it over here, guys. I'm so sorry. Chrissy. Ginger Spice. Ginger Spice. Ginger Spice, are you still in the room? I'm going to give you a quick read. I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. Marie says she's been bullied her whole life for speaking the truth. Right? We can't stop. We can't stop. We can't stop. You have to speak up, in my opinion. Crystal 313 says it's like a person who would do anything for fame. Whoop! Illuminati. Jesus. Fix it, Lord. Fix it, Lord. Hey, masculine and feminine Crystal Tarot. Ginger Spice, you still in the house? Come down here while we're waiting on Mr. Armon. Okay. So when I would see these things, when I would see these cards, again, a lot of us, especially readers, and if I may, can I just kind of divert a little bit into these us light worker people? Us light worker people got to stop being all love and light and bring our feet down to the ground. Us light worker people got to stop being only love and light and bring our feet down to the ground. What do I mean by that? We get a bad name because it's like we're trying to be fairies or, everything is unicorns and glitters. No. No. Sometimes you got to tell the hardcore truth. So if you're doing a reading for someone or a reading for yourself and you're trying to ascertain how you should move with this person in any type of relationship, you got to remove your big heart out of the way. And what you want, in other words, you got to take off your rose-colored glasses and look at it for what it truly is. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You got to take off your rose-colored glasses and look at what it truly is on this earthly plane, so you could go back up to the heavens and know what to bring down to change it. Because otherwise, you could catch a card like the moon and this and that, and you could be like, oh, on the next full moon, it's going to be all great, and all of these things are going to be revealed. And then here comes the devil card, and all toxicity is going to go away. Child, and what spirit is really trying to tell you is, bitch, you better watch out. Because this mother trucker this is a toxic relationship. This person means you no good. This person is going to do you dirty. I've seen some people who just all love and light. Read the Seven of Swords. Only mean, oh, they tried to steal from you, but you caught them. It wasn't a success. What? Stop playing in my face. No, tell the truth, shame the devil. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? What do I think of Aquarians? I think Aquarians, a good high vibrational Aquarian, is one that will be able to see what is the most amazing thing for the collective, fair and just. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of gnosis, of knowledge of self, of understanding that we are truly divine creations of the divine being. In other words, if you believe your Bible, and even in the King James Version, what does the Godhead say? That we are created in their image and likeness. What does that mean? If some of y'all saw my grandbaby. My grandbaby is truly in my image and likeness. I'll put a picture up of her in a minute. She looks just like me, except she's lighter. She has a lot of my ways. My eldest daughter, smack dab in my image and my likeness. She got a lot of my ways. She probably need to tone some of them down, but she got a lot of my ways. So there's a lot of things she's going to be able to do that I could do because she's in my image and in my likeness. If you're in God's image and in God's likeness, why are you walking around here poor, busted, and disgusted? Hey, Ginger, let me give you a reading real quick. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I love Aquarians. Y'all can be hard-headed. I see y'all saying y'all need a reading. Ginger, hang on one second. Here we go. Gatekeepers start out with good intentions, but the power of being a gatekeeper is like crack and will overpower what is intended to be good. My God, today. My God, today. Don't let the smooth take. Jace, we're going to talk about that. Guys, I have a very special Ginger. Hang out. Hang out, Ginger, for a little while longer, okay? I have my good friend in the background. Are you ready, sir?
Because
What's wrong, baby?
no, I was
I'm
saying if
sorry.
you
You want
want
me
to
to
do that
pull
reading, I don't mind waiting because my liquor's coming.
Okay.
But no,
All
you
right.
could.
I'm going to drop
Yeah,
you
I
down
don't
for a
mind
second
waiting.
then.
Okay.
I'm going to drop you down for a second. Ginger, let me do your reading. Okay, darling. You ready, honey? Ginger, you ready? I'm going to pull a few cards for you. We're going to do it quick while Armand's getting his liquor. Armand, let me know in the private chat when you're ready. Okay, love? Here we go, Ginger. Let me find you, Ginger, so we can know this is you. Somebody asked me, what about cancers? I love cancers. I am a cancer. I'm a Cancer, Sun, Aries, Moon, Capricorn rising. Now, let me tell you something, but we can be some manipulative assholes. So don't do that. Don't do that. We can be manipulative now and low down and dirty and needy. Please don't be needy. There's nothing worse than a needy Cancer. Ginger, over the next 30 days, you have Two of Swords. There's a decision you're needing to make. You're rather indecisive about it. What do we got going here? A decision is coming your way that needs to be made. And the six of wands, we're going to begin to see, what is this victory? Hold on. Ginger, you're going to need to decide if you are ready to take your power back over the people or person with this emperor that seems to be having a lot of control over your life. Here's the Seven of Swords. I feel like joy has been stolen. Potentially money is involved here. Six of Swords, and I feel like they have been able to keep you from moving in a direction where things are less chaotic and they are more calm. In other words, more in your purpose and more in your plans. Uh this person evidently that you're having to make this decision about with the Lovers could be a Gemini, could also be somebody that's extremely close. I am feeling like they are very, very close to you and they're very involved in your life. Could be a lover, could be a husband, could be a significant other. With this Ten of Swords, also, I'm getting Libra as well. So I have Libra, I have Gemini, I have Aries here. I also feel like you've been quite truthful with them. Nine of Wands, but you've had to be on guard. It's time for you to make a decision whether or not you want to take your power back and gain victory over this situation and move forward in your own way and truth. You see this Three of Wands. You see this ship is right there on the horizon, but I feel like this person, there's some jealousy involved, or this person wants to hold you back because they're afraid they're going to lose you. King of Pentacles. This person, whoever this is, Ginger, and you can let me know in the chat, could be a manager, could be somebody that you have, worked for. Are you in relationship with somebody that you used to work for? Your intuition with the High Priestess, you need to follow it. This person controls the money in your world or has a high control over the money in your world as well. I'm definitely picking this up. Now, the Modern Witch deck, y'all got nasty pictures. Three of Pentacles, you guys have worked together in some form or fashion, or I still feel like they're trying to keep you from your bag. This is what I'm seeing. You cannot avoid the destruction that's coming. Things need to be destroyed so they can be rebuilt. In order for you to get to the calmer water and in order for you to live out your dreams and your destiny, you may even want to move. Queen of Wands, you need to get on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Wands, get your self-esteem back. It's time for you to travel, and you're getting messages. You'll begin over the next week to week and a half to get messages in your sleep. People are going to walk up to you. They're going to give you messages. They're going to say things. You're going to be like, what the hell? It's coming from Spirit. Stop letting King of Cups, this person, manipulate you. I know that Four of Cups, this has been on your mind for quite a while. You've been contemplating how to restructure this situation. Nine of Cups, it's time for you to fall completely in love with yourself so that you can find complete happiness. Ten of Cups, and stop having with this Ten of Swords, stop allowing this person to speak death or think death over you. Put your hand, go on and get to work. You're going to have Seven of Cups, a lot of different choices. All of them will be good, and keep and hold the faith. There's somebody in your realm, if you're not in a relationship, Ginger, somebody in your realm, either that is right now holding you back or will in the very near future be holding you back. And I feel that this is in very much regard to your career or money, or you potentially wanting to start a business, break out a different career, potentially. That's what I'm picking up. If they haven't started now, they're about to start within the next 30 days. You're going to have to make a decision which way you want to go. Okay? But this lovers, so soulmates and lovers can be business partners, it could be friends, it could be family, but there's somebody that's in juxtaposition to you very closely that I feel is about to start holding you back. May not be right now, but I want you to look out for it within the next 30 days. Okay? Email me, Melinda, please put my email. Let me know what's going on. All right. Are you ready, my friend? All right. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello,
Hey,
Mr. Armon.
hey, Lisa, what's going on?
Oh,
Can
nothing
you
much.
hear me?
Yes, I can. Very well,
Okay,
very clearly. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. My voice is beginning to give out a little bit, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it's been like that. I tried to match the purple settings with the purple, so I tried to give
Hey,
it to. Yeah.
hey, I love it. I love it. Armand, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me to speak about this
Hmm.
openly. Um, I appreciate that very much so. Um, and thank you so much for being here. And I feel very strongly a lot of people don't know that other side of you. They don't know the side of you that is um the giver and the welcomer and the friend and just the big-hearted person. So I really appreciate you being here
Yeah.
and us having able to have this talk. So was I off? What did I miss anything? And what I my kind of recap? I don't know how long you've
You
been.
know what? I had a lot going on, so I didn't see it all. I'm not gonna lie. When I kind of said I
That's
got here
okay.
is when I got here,
That's
but
okay.
I seen a but I do know for sure that when we talked about this earlier, um, we had several conversations about the situation, and we did foresee a lot of this stuff happening in the tarot.
Mhm.
And I thought what was really interesting, like, I don't know if you touched on it earlier on, but like before even, like, there was that moment about the tower, there was that moment where said person was going to come into a lot of money or an opportunity, and they were
I forgot
remember
about
that. That was a big
yes.
thing, and then that was the kind. I feel like that was that
That was
moment
the
right there.
yes.
Hmm.
I forgot that was
And it
I
was
we
gonna,
talked about that in
yeah, that
November,
was
December.
first.
Yep.
Hmm.
20 that was November, December of 2021, I think. We
Yeah,
talked about that. October, maybe. It
I
was
don't
at the
know,
end. Yeah.
but it was like it was at towards the end, like, yeah, like around now last
Yep.
year
Yep.
we talked about that, and then you know, and so that was a thing because remember I was planning on moving down here,
Yep.
and it was a lot. So, or it was one, no, actually, it was December because it was shown that I was going to move down here. So the question was, what is that going to be like when I get here? I think that's kind of how
That
we
was
started
yes,
it.
we did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had some conversations about this even well before then, before
Yeah.
you all really had even gotten
Hmm.
like started some sort of a relationship or working relationship, I should say. And that's what I was laying out for the people that you were never in a position where you were like fully trusting
No.
this individual. And it was always understood that it was business.
Yeah.
The key though was how to navigate through the minefield as it was being presented,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know, and how we were able to see into that. Um I want to thank everybody for these super chats, by the way. Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Ginger Spice. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I truly appreciate you. One question from the chat. The question: Are you still doing tarot?
Yes, I am. I got certified. I finished my class. So I did it
Yay!
quietly though, because I always talk about it and I never finish. But I finished it. It will come back, but you know how I am with it. I just got to be in the mood. I'm a firm believer of being in the mood. So it's just, I mean, my cards are always right here. They're literally always right here. I
Yeah,
do them for myself now because, like,
yeah,
I learned so much, like, through the little training that I had.
yes,
Like, it's a tool just for yourself and to foresee just different things, and I really truly love it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah, we'll still be on the channel. It's just kind of like now figuring out what I want to do over there, but it's just been so busy over here. I just been over there just kind of hit and go on it, you know.
yes, yes. Everybody's congratulating you. No, Armand is a Gemini. Armand is a Gemini. So that still has to hit his mood. Um, what can you talk a little bit, because we don't talk about this a lot. Um, Talk about your relationship with the tarot, and I know you dabble a little bit in astrology, but with your own psychic intuition, can you say how important that is to you? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think that is, I mean, it's beginning to be more important now because I'm looking at it as like it's truly a tool. And like when I can look back at how we used it in this situation, like, at first when I got involved, it was like the spooky thing that, and then now that I'm seeing like, no, it really enlightens you, and it's really a guide, honestly, more than it's for me, more than it, I don't know, if it's a guide, and it kind of predicts certain things for you, depending on who's doing the reading for you and things like that. But
Hmm.
I really, I mean, I don't have a lot of people read me. I have you read me. That's probably it. And then like, you know what I mean, people that from my training, but mostly you read me, and I'll like do little readings for myself, but it's harder for myself because I'll see something and I'll act like I don't see it. And then all of a sudden I get this brain fart because I don't want to see what I pulled for myself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
then I'm just
I
like, let me
know.
throw this out. You know what I mean? But I feel like, to me, when I'm just like here and I'm just pulling the cards and I'm not trying to go live, or I'm not trying to get a message for a specific reason, like the message just kind of comes out and then you could just organically see it. And I think that for me, the tarot is, when you have a person that can read it for you, it's an amazing tool because it really gave me some insight on, what to expect. And so I kind of already knew, thank you, that this day was coming. So mentally, I was able to prepare for it. You know what I'm saying? And then two, it also gives you that hope of when we see the good things, and then you feel like, okay, well, this is not happening yet. But then you can see the little things adding up to that big thing that
Yeah.
you've seen in the spread, right? And so it kind of keeps you on course, for when you're feeling down. But then at the same time, if it predicts something in the future that may be a little shaky, you can kind of plan accordingly. So I kind of like that. It's kind of like a little bit of a cheat code.
It really is. And whenever I give people readings, just like I just did, I really do specify 30 days, usually, or some time period. And the reason why I do that is because whenever I'm pulling cards for any
Mhm,
reason, it is kind of a temperature check or an energy check for this specific moment in time as
mhm,
the energies are presenting themselves right now, especially when we have other people involved. Because this is why love readings are so tricky and other things as
mhm,
well, because there's other people involved. So if the wind could, for instance, I could have foreseen, which I told you this was going to blow up about this time, because I said about Virgo or Libra season. I remember I pulled the Hermit card. I was like September, October. He could have made different choices that could have avoided this whole thing.
mhm.
I couldn't have foreseen that necessarily. So, however, if I'm reading the energy at this moment, and if everything goes according to how people are moving right now, then you're right. It is a cheat code. Now you're like, okay, wait a minute. Uh, this person's going to do, and they're going to do this. And this is really their ulterior motive in the background. So now you know how to move to avoid major disappointment or a major pitfall.
I think it was what was interesting to me in the reads too. There was a lot of emperor energy, and there
Hmm.
was a lot of emperor, it was a lot of pentacles, but then even more than that was a lot of swords. It was a
Yep.
lot of that. You know what I mean? And it was just
Yep.
like, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yep.
You know
I
what
was
I'm
telling the
saying?
people that earlier. There was a lot of swords.
And I think now, I mean, I don't know if this is getting too nerdy into the tarot, but like learning the different, like learning the story of it now, and like being able to see, like, you see the tarot and then you're able to put characters into each of the cards from your real life in situations. And that's what makes it so interesting. So now when I go back and I look at what has happened up to this point, I'm able to see the spread and I'm able to see everybody in it.
Yeah.
Which makes
Yeah.
it like, wow, for me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And this is why it helps a lot. Now, when I do I don't always ask for people's signs. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because my background was coming from being a prophet in the church. So I didn't have cards. So it is what it is. But this is why it can be very important to know people's signs. Because then as you're seeing the people, as you're seeing the cards, you'll be like, oh, okay, hold on. This may be this may be that. Because he would pop up every now and again. But okay, that's him. It's important to know their signs. And if you already have some interaction with them, to be very truthful about what their energy is. Because a lesser person, Armon, could have looked at him and been like, wow, he's this amazing person. And he's this and he's that. And kind of bought what he was selling, hook, line, and sinker, and not seen the emperor as a rather manipulative narcissist, but instead as somebody that was like, hey, he's a powerful person, which I'm not saying that person is not. He's a powerful person and that can help me, right? Like you could see the difference, right? When we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. And I think what's also interesting, that other piece that you have up here, if I can go off topic just a little bit, but not too far, you have this thing where it says they're not your friend. And I think over the last couple of days, while the output and the support has been great, there have been people that have been kind of like, having a difference of opinion, which is totally fine. You can, but I think the idea is that if I was able to clear anything up, or if I could clear anything up, I never thought we were friends. You know what I'm saying? I never got into a space where, I thought someone owed me anything, because I think I've seen people saying that, I felt entitled to certain things. And I just felt like I personally didn't really ask for much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really ask for anything at all. I didn't ask to be verified. I didn't ask for a show. I personally feel as though a show was being presented to me without me knowing, or without it really physically being presented to me as a way to say, oh, I'm trying to do this for you. But you technically weren't trying to give me a show. You were trying to get a show, and you were going to hire me to work for the show. You know what I'm saying? So say they offered you $100,000 to pick up that show, then you were going to hire me as a host and would pay me 500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like, and I think that people misconstrued all of that into, well, this person was doing for you, you burnt a bridge. And I think what we've seen in the energy, which is very important, and I'm, in the tarot, going back to the tarot, in the energy that we saw, what was going to happen with these bridges was going to happen either publicly or behind the scenes. The bridges were already going to be burned.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Like, I think that people are not realizing that, but we knew that regardless. That's why I was prepared.
Right.
Because we had already seen that in the energy.
Right.
There was going to be no bridge.
No.
At all. Inevitably, that was the tower that we ran into.
Yes.
See, I think, the average person or the regular person, everybody's not into the tarot, right? So everybody doesn't understand. So when I saw that tower, I'm like, oh, this is an inevitable end. This comes burning down regardless.
Yes.
And so
one way or the other.
To the average person, it's, you burnt a bridge. To the intuitive person, or to the person, to the divine, or whatever, you understand that this is part of the story, right? This has to happen in order to get to the next part of the journey in the story. I mean, for our world, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, this is just that, this is the tower. The tower has hit. Now we have to move forward.
Hmm. And so, for those of you that are not as familiar with the tarot, the cards we're talking about, like the Tower card I just had pulled just a minute ago for Ginger, those cards, like the Emperor, the Lovers, there are some cards called Major Arcana cards. Okay, you guys can look it up, and maybe sometime on this channel soon, maybe I'll teach a tarot, go through each of the tarot cards or something, and maybe Armand will do it on his. I'm not gonna speak for him; he's got a lot of work to do. But so the major arcana can be considered what's called fated, meaning these things are going to happen. Right? Remember I said about energy being moving or flowing and stuff like that. There's a juncture in time that's fated. And when we saw the tower at this time period, and I call it the time period because of the hermit card, because you can use the tarot to tell dates and times and seasons and things like that as well. He knew this was going to happen. It was inevitable. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, that tower card has popped up more than once in a reading in regard to the
Hmm.
relationship between the two of you.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
was it was going to end, and it was
Hmm.
going to burn down to the ground, and it was going to be destroyed one way or the other.
And I think, if I do say so myself, where there was a learning lesson, and because for what I've learned, how that tower kind of pops up too. Now,
Hmm.
just kind of looking at it a different way, that
Hmm.
tower moment kind of pops up when we start, making other people or other things our idols and our gods and and our priorities. And so sometimes the universe has to destroy all of that and say, listen, you are enough. And so sometimes, it's like we start layering all these other things that are not important in our lives, and in prioritizing that, and
Yes.
then that becomes the tower.
Yes.
And in order for you to actually see clearly and get to what you're really trying to manifest, that has
Yes.
to be broken down and burned away. And so
Yes.
I think for me too, I was just looking with, glossy eyes. I was excited, like, okay, we're going to do this. And maybe I was being a little bit oblivious to certain things. So I kept building this person up and building this idea up. And didn't realize I was subconsciously creating my tower. I mean, I
That's
have to
deep.
take
Um,
responsibility a little bit for it too,
yeah.
because that tower moment is a moment that you have to do some self reflection when you get that
Yeah.
tower.
Let me I'm gonna pull up for you guys so you guys can see this tower. For those
Hmm.
of you that may not know what the tower looks like, I'm gonna pull it up for you guys real quick so you guys can see it. Because it is definitely, let me pull the standard rider weight up. Just bear with me guys 1 second. Let me pull this up and I'm bringing it up on the screen here.
Are you gonna bring it up? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. We're just gonna bring it. Oh, I had another tower card. I must have been talking. I've been talking about this goddamn tower card. I forgot I had one over here already. Here we're gonna show it. Here we go. And it's perfectly
Mm.
placed between us.
Mhm.
So this is like the standard rider weight, right? Type of a deck. So you see, this is a tower, and typically, no matter what deck you're using, it's built upon some sort of a hill. And you get this feeling at the very last minute, these people that then jumped out the window because it's destroyed. But what I always noticed is that the crown of it popped off and
Mm.
flew off. And that to me always, I feel like that's all, and it always looks like a cap. Like you
Mhm.
kept that
Mhm.
cap on the top and you
Mhm.
refused to see that this was building and building and building and building. And finally, everything, the pressure just got to be so much that, like you said, you had to dethrone or decrown what you had created an idol
You
from.
lost your, yeah, and
Go ahead.
essentially
You
you lost your crown too. Yeah, you
Yes,
know
you
what I
did.
mean.
Yes, you did. You lost yours too. So a lot of people will be scared of this card when it comes up. But I always tell people, don't be scared of this card,
Mm-mm.
because for everything that's destroyed, something new is born. You cannot have rebirth without death, then death to self.
Yeah. And like
You
I
can't.
said, like you added that crown part on there. Like you got whatever that is that you created as your idol, as that whatever you're crowning, it's not that important. It's not the right thing. So that just that tower, it's time for that to go. Or it could be a lot of things. It could just be an end of a time of in an era. Like
Yes.
whatever it could just be one of those things where this is no longer the priority that you were building, that you were making it be. Like it's done.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't let the cycle in, do we?
No.
We sometimes, we used to say it in the church all the time. Sometimes God gotta move you, and sometimes God's gotta tear everything away because you refuse to go through the door. You refuse to go down the path, and you knew you were supposed to leave that alone,
Yeah.
right? You felt it in your heart, but you stuck in there too long.
Do you
You,
have that devil card pulled? Do you have that devil card?
I can sure find it real fast. Hold on 1 second.
We going into a whole nother thing, but this interesting though, because I mean, it's when you really get into it, you know what I'm saying? Because didn't
Yes.
that pop up in one of the readings too?
Oh yeah, that devil card, that level of toxicity by that person has been there a lot. Let me see if I can get a good one. Hold on, gang. Hold on. I want to get a good version
Hmm.
of this. Now the devil card for y'all, uh people don't like the devil card because it's Baphomet and all this stuff, but I'm just gonna ask y'all to see it for what it's worth and not let's just read it, okay? Not really take too much on it. That one got naked people. Boy, this devil card be always having naked folks. I'm trying to find somebody that's not completely naked, but I don't know.
They don't have the Rider Waite one. Oh,
The Rider Waite one, they naked.
I think that one will be fine, but it's your channel. I don't know. Is it? I like. Is it explicit?
Nah, it's not that bad. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Listen, whatever it is what it is.
I don't
And
think they
then
gonna
save
get.
image as. Okay. This hopefully should
Yeah, you got a
come
lot of
up.
people in the chat. Hey guys.
Yes, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. I so very much appreciate y'all. Thank you all so much for being here. Hanging. We have some questions too while I'm pulling this up.
Yeah, I mean, we this is your thing. We don't got to go too off. We don't got to go into those cards if you got some
I'll,
other
I'll pull it
programming.
up. I'll pull it up. Someone asked about collective readings, how we felt about collective readings. So I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about collective readings?
Well, since I've been at a point where I've been watching them on YouTube slightly, I like
Hmm.
collective readings because I kind of feel like I like the idea when people are saying, like when they say the reading finds you, when
Hmm.
you find it somehow, yeah, I don't know. I connect to a lot of them, So
Hmm.
I think collective readings do work. I really do. I do think that they
Hmm.
work. And I think that everybody has a choice when you get that notification or when you see that video to either click it or not or do something else. So for
Hmm.
whatever reason, you're here. All the
Hmm.
people are here at this divine time. So whatever message you're getting, even from this energy that we're in right now, you're supposed to get it,
Yeah.
because there were some people that seen the notification that didn't come in. There's some people that came in. There's some people that left
Yep.
and missed it. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
for you to when you got it is when you got it. And I would be kind of lying to say like I haven't clicked on a video and it's been right on time for me.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's even happened over on TikTok with those little 60-second. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's hit.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I do feel like I feel the same way. I do caution people about getting kind of addicted to the collective readings. And And also, this is what I'll say. When you're looking at a collective reading, don't search out any old kind of way for it to fit. If the shoe don't fit, don't keep trying to put it on.
I agree.
So, because I've had people where I've been very specific about this is for sun, moon, and rising. No shade, no tea, no harm, no foul. And I've had people say, oh, well, my Venus is in this. And so I'm going to take that. That wasn't my energy. I know what energy I'm channeling, and I know what message I'm channeling for what. So sometimes we can try to make something fit where it don't. So if that particular collective reading for that moment, and this person has maybe been spot on for you for months, and all of a sudden your sun sign reading don't fit, don't throw the reader away. It just didn't fit. It wasn't your story for that month. It's okay. Okay, so that's what I feel like it needs to happen. Somebody was asking, so I don't know if we even want to go here, guys. I see some questions about OKP. I really don't want to be bringing a whole lot of different situations into this. No offense, guys. I just want to keep this kind of where we're at because I feel it's a very good learning moment for those, especially for those of us who have grown up in the Christian faith and maybe are a little scared of tarot or astrology or whatever, so that you all can see it's not a scary thing. Okay. I want y'all to see that. There was another. Oh, what deck is it that you had? Somebody was asking me what deck you had.
Oh, I'm so proud of this deck. Let me show you. This is, I showed you already, Lisa. The melanated, the mahogany tarot. So this is the
Yes,
Rider
I've been meaning to
Waite.
buy that. Dang it.
Yes,
Thank you
this
for
is the
reminding
Rider
me.
Waite, but they're all black
Look at
fixtures.
that.
So
Yeah, I'm
it's
a
the
blow.
Rider Waite, but it's like with black people. I love that.
You guys see
So
that?
yeah, you definitely need to. So look at the tower here. With
Oh,
the,
oh. See, it looks just like yes, but with black
yes,
folk.
with black people. So I love that. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah, I love this, and I just feel like connected to it, and I feel like I can read it, and I feel like I could. The reason why I want to show this, I'll cover that. The reason why I
Okay.
want to show this was
Thank you.
the people with the connected to that box, and then the devil sitting on top of that box. I think the way that I was looking at this was a lot of our baggage is in here in that
Yep.
box, and that Baphomet is kind of sitting on here. So then but if you look at the chains around the
Go
neck
ahead. Yep.
of the people, they're not
Yep.
really that on that tight. They can loose, they can actually get from under that. It's up to you to
Yes.
stay connected to that box in that baggage. And sometimes people stay connected to other people in
Come on now.
in that baggage. And so I think for me in that situation with that other guy, all of this stuff that I thought was going to happen and this career stuff, that was all in that box, my dreams, my goals, and these promises. And I was connected to this person, but their insecurities and stuff was connected to in that box too. And so they were
Yes.
trying to connect me with that. And so I had to be the one to take that thing off my neck and say, you can have that in that box. I'm not going down that road with you with all this shit in that box. Like, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? I'm letting that go. And I think that's what that devil card represents. Like, I'm really learning to really get deeper into the
Mhm.
meanings of the card and pay attention a little bit more. And so instead of being afraid of the card, I'm looking at what is it really saying to me right here?
Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you that devil card, that's the reason why that devil card can mean codependency,
Mm-hmm.
toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's so insightful what you brought out about everything, all the baggage and the garbage being in the box. Let me bring us down a little bit so we're not all in
Mm-hmm.
the um but that all this stuff we put in this box and we remain chained to the box when we're really not chained
But
to
we're
it.
really not chained to it.
We could get away from it at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
We could walk away,
Yeah.
but yet we still decide to stay there. Sometimes you got to be the one to walk away. And if that other person wants to stay,
Let them stay.
let them stay.
Wow. I love that. Mm-hmm. but
Let
I
him
couldn't be
speak.
involved in that no more. But but that's what it was.
Yes.
Hmm.
I Jace, I don't know. Oh, Jess, I don't Reiki healer. Okay. I was like, what is she saying? She's a Tara and she's a Reiki healer. You mean Reiki healer. Okay, Jess, I'm so sorry. Um, absolutely, guys. Okay, we're not talking about religious beliefs. I don't I'm just catching up on these things. Oh, here, Crystal 313. She's exactly what I was just talking about, the Christian faith, right? I want to schedule a reading, but scared because my faith. I feel like maybe this was a confirmation. Guys, I need y'all to understand that I answered this question in the chat, and Armand, we could talk about this because you and I have had this conversation in depth. That we have been taught so many things that were bad and sinful in
Hmm.
the church, and then when you come out of everything that is quote unquote sinful or expand the consciousness, I say, your consciousness to truly understand the breadth and the width and the depth of God's love, all of a sudden certain things stop being sinful and they're
Hmm.
just tools.
Hmm.
All tools can be used for evil. Christianity has been used for evil for a lot of time. Now that's my feeling on the subject. How did you kind of reconcile this within
I
yourself?
think that it's still a thing for me. If I'm being honest, I think I'm still
Oh,
working it out. I
okay.
mean, I mean, honestly, no, it really is though,
I
because
love that.
it's still one of those things where, because I'm at a point where I still have family members that are like, are you in a reprobate mind frame? But at this point, it's like, I'm gay, guys. So, if I'm at this point, I'm doomed regardless because I don't see myself not being gay. So at some point, I'm just like, let me just live my life, right? And so I've gotten to a point where, I would be lying if I say, well, I don't ever want to do anything against, God or, a higher power, any of that. That's not my thing. I don't ever want to serve evil in any capacity. So
Hmm.
I just believe what I try to tell people, and um just kind of how I move. I go with intention. My
Yes.
intention is pure. My intention is clear, clean. It's my intention. Well, I like the sun card. That's one of my favorite cards. The sun card.
Yes.
It's being able to see. It's clear. It's you can see everything clearly. You know what I mean? But you're still also not being afraid. Of the moon. Because it's so like there's a lot of things
Yes.
in it. And so I think for me, just kind of going through and getting an understanding for myself and sitting and actually looking at the cards and asking a lot of questions, like I ask you questions, I ask, my teachers questions, and I listen. And I also realized that we're at a time and we're at a day and age to where, a lot of things my parents taught me, and, it's no shade against them, but they were wrong, but
Amen.
they were wrong. But even down to, if I would have listened to my dad, as far as schooling and career and things like that, I
Hmm.
mean, I probably would be pretty good, but I probably wouldn't be happy, right? So at
Right.
some point you have to take the torch and think for yourself. And my thing is this: if we walk around here wearing diamonds and pearls and things like that, why can't I have an amethyst crystal? Why can't I have my
Exactly.
pyrite? You know what I'm saying? So we pick and choose what crystals and stones and things are okay,
Right.
but and then these other things have to be of a different thing. And I just feel like God would not put such beautiful pieces in the earth on the planet for us to just not utilize them as tools. And see,
Right.
a lot of people, I don't know, everybody, if you have this at home, if you have another person at home, you should try to do the balance test with the black tourmaline. And it will really,
Mm.
really shock you. So what you do is you take a piece of black tourmaline and you try to balance on one hand, on one foot, and you try to knock yourself over or have somebody try to pull you down. And I can guarantee you 100% you will not fall. But if you don't have that tourmaline, you will fall easily. I do it to all my friends when they get here, and they always end up leaving with a black tourmaline. You know what I mean?
I
So there's
love that.
power in that. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my gold pyrite here, and I keep my amethyst crystal, my big ones. I don't let anyone touch them. And the energy, I've been able, ever since I've had those two crystals here, I have been in a state of complete, I've been doing really good, honestly. I've been flourishing really well. I've been, and I believe that they add to that. I do. I really do. So
Yeah, I do
I love
too.
it. I love it.
Hey, Melinda, can you get this Pola, whoever the hell she is? What we're not gonna do is we're not doing the actually I got her over here.
Hmm.
I was waiting on the crazy Christians to show up and they just showed up.
Mm.
So I got her blocked. I was waiting
Okay.
on them to show up. Y'all gonna make me put the subscribe situation on here in a second. Anyway, they usually show up. Actually, they've taken a while. I've been on 2 hours.
Mm.
Usually it takes them a moment and then they start showing up. She was nice because I had one before that was every time I would come on, I was a witch and should be stoned. This one did
Mm.
say that you should not permit a sorceress to live.
Wow.
Yeah, but they don't really understand that communion is actually a ritual, and in most cases would be considered a blood ritual
Mm.
because you're drinking the blood and eating the body. Although it's a representation, why are we drinking the blood and eating the body?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What do you think about the death card?
I love when the death card comes. You gonna show the death card there because I'll blow us back up again.
Okay, you go ahead, blow it up, because I want to hear when you see that, what do you think?
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull the card out.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go. Here we go.
oh.
So what I see with the death card is I like the fact that yes, the black death is riding on the white horse, and to me, it's signifying the moment of rebirth. Because if I'm not mistaken, aren't there roses or something down at the feet of that
Hmm.
on some cards there's roses. Um that white horse is also the same horse that's on the chariot card and everything like that. So I love the death card because death to me signifies there's a time for rebirth and it's time for me to let something die because I don't need it no more.
Yeah,
That's me.
yeah.
What do you think?
I think I agree too. I think it's one of those things to where, um, we have to, because I think a lot of I used to say this too, like, it's a new time for a new start, a new beginning. Like, we try to gloss over it, but we have to understand, like, death is still a reality. So,
Yes, it is.
it happened. It's inevitable. So don't be afraid of it, and just understand that, yes, this may be the end of something. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it can just be that. It doesn't, I
Mhm.
mean, not going against what you're saying, but it don't have to be it could literally be
It
death.
could be. No,
Just
it
that.
can't be.
And I think sometimes us as readers, we try to give that it's a new, no, it's over.
Mhm.
Literally.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not you, but I mean, that whatever it is done. It's
Yeah.
died. It's that point, like, and I think that, I'm learning now to kind of, when I pull that, don't be afraid to be like, don't try to use, like, don't be afraid to, like, gloss over the actual death.
Yeah.
Like, death is here. Like,
Yes.
sit in that for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, I'm getting
Yeah.
deeper with it now. Remember,
Yeah.
I really wasn't this way like a year or two ago.
No, he was not, guys.
But now, like, I'm starting to get it. Like, wait, I can't gloss over that man is really dead.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes we just have to say, this is it, it's over. And that's where it stops.
Yes, absolutely. Um, Chaotically Rabbit says I'm Catholic, so I was taught this tarot thing. It was the devil's work. So I had to come back to life twice before giving this a chance. Listen, I'm so glad that you came back and you gave it a chance. I'm an ordained minister for those of you that do not know me. I've been ordained since I was 30 in non-denominational charismatic church, speaking in tongues, laying on of hands, prophesying, giving words of the Lord. And I'm not shading, I'm not saying this is the truth. Going all around this country doing the same thing. Casting out demons, breaking generational curses, all sorts of stuff, guys. We have had the life. My children and I went all around the country doing these things. If this were something where I could not prosper and where I was not supposed to be doing it, I wouldn't be doing it. I've been hanging with God long enough, okay, that I do trust that my relationship can withstand a few tarot cards, right? But if this was not what I was meant to do, I wouldn't be allowed to do it. Okay. So everything can be done for evil. Can I tell y'all? I think I've told you this before, Armon. I have sat in meetings where there's been a supposed prophet, and that individual, that man, stood in front of an entire church on more than one occasion and told somebody in the audience who was married. These are different men too at different times. Was telling married men that the person they met online was their true wife and they should divorce their current one. Now, I don't know about you, but that was nowhere in the Bible that I ever read. I was like, no, y'all ain't. I have watched these supposed prophets and preachers say some things that was so far outside of a true word. I have watched prophets. I test them whenever I get into into an area with them because people would always say, you need to go see so and so and so and so. All right, cool. But I know how to block you from being able to read me. Because the let's just say run of the mill 2-cent prophet is only going to be hearing from the familiar spirits. See, this is what they say about the tarot, that we're hearing from familiar spirits. Maybe some of them are, I don't know. And the familiar spirit then is the one that kind of just hangs around you in a third dimensional fashion. But that truly could be angels as well, but let's not go there. But I know how to stop you from reading the real. See, I can read. I hear you. I can hear you. I can hear with someone. I can see because that's a gift that I have. But I also know how to throw the shields up. So I would test the prophet. Because no matter how much shield I throw up, if you're a true prophet, you're going to hear from the Lord what I need to hear. Not try to figure out what it is that you can somehow figure out by reading in the third dimensional realm and hearing from familiar spirits. So see, a lot of the people y'all want to put up and prop up and say they all, holy and this, that, and the other, y'all got to pay attention. They're not true prophets. But y'all want to come over here and talk about me. Miss me with that.
Yeah.
Miss me. You see what I'm saying?
They beat me up all the time too, because I do celebrity news. And so it's like, now you're reading, and I have some people on YouTube or, different people that are in the reading space. Like they're literally on everything I do. So it's like, some of these people are like, but then you find, and I don't want to get too messy on your live, but I'm just saying you find that there are other readers and sense, but then they like, because if I do my reading stuff over here, it's like they're following me over here. It's like, but you were over here doing celebrity news. I could still do my readings. Like, you know
Yes.
what I mean? But it's like that's a whole nother energy in itself. Like, you got to be careful with the energy of a lot of these people, because a lot of these people are false prophets. A lot of these people, I don't know, they feel some type of way. It's just a lot when it comes to this. So you can't give your energy to everybody. That's why I don't let everybody read me. I only let you
Right.
read me. I went to this one lady downstairs by my house, and she was trash. Like, it was like, girl, I could tell that you just did anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm a way more in tune now.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm also at a point where I know how to protect myself against you too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like, I was like, okay, let me see what she's gonna say. And I
Yes.
could just tell that she was just a money grabber. But yeah, so
But
you
you know
do
how to
have, I
test
mean,
them
you have
now.
but you have them out there though. So I mean, we have to be real. They're out there.
Yes. Yes. So they're going to be in every space, guys. So
Yeah.
my thing. Um, that's my thing. Good vibes. So sage is a great thing for good vibes to keep coming. I keep my amethyst around. I keep my rose quartz around. Um, I like celestite as well. I don't have it in here anymore. That's a white, grayish white um stone. And honestly, the best thing to keep good vibes, guys, is to keep yourself in a good vibration. Selenite is good as well. Selenite is good as well. If you can get a hold of like frankincense oil or frankincense incense, I love that. Um, Divine Temple incense, I love that as well. Diffuse the oil, so diffuse lavender, diffuse frankincense, diffuse myrrh, diffuse things like some form of citrus as well. Peppermint, it just brightens up everything. But keep yourself in that good vibe.
I want to ask you something, but I don't want to get too witchy on your live and make everyone uncomfortable. But I want to grab something and ask if you don't mind. I got some candles.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me
Listen, y'all here. Okay,
drop me down so I
y'all
don't
can,
mess up the integrity real quick. You know how I am. I like
yeah, I know, honey. It's fine. I think I appreciate it. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead
okay.
on. I'm gonna keep answering some of these questions. Okay. Hey, hello, Sheree Khan. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out with us. A little bit different. Is it okay to read yourself? Yes, it is. So a lot of us have a difficult time reading ourselves, though, because it's ourselves. We have a difficult time because it's ourselves. Hey, Marquita, is that the Rose of Sharon in the upper right hand corner? Rose of Sharon in the upper right hand corner. Jace, are you talking about this? I gotta know. I don't know what you're talking about, baby. I'm so sorry. I don't have a Rose of Sharon actually. And maybe you're seeing a mandala. I can't see.
Okay.
Okay, I'm scrolling down. Oh, we got a bone. We got a bone thrower too. Your granny could read water. Wow, I've never heard of that.
What do you think about are you got a question, Lisa?
Uh, n- Hold on. I'm just trying to be sure I catch up here. Grew up Kojic. Seen prophets gets a wild child. Don't tell Steph. Listen, I've seen some crazy stuff. One tarot reader cocaine clicked on was smoking a Newport, not even reading the cards. Well, but listen, cocaine. There are times when I used to read for people, like for super chats and stuff. There are times I tell them I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need these cards because I already know. So sometimes we get the words, we get the information, and that's it. So, and he's got. I mean, I got my vape here too. Now I
Oh, you
never
do?
smoked this
Okay.
one.
Oh, what? I didn't. Okay.
You cool,
Oh,
Mike? Do what you
okay.
do. Uh, listen. This after 10 damn o'clock. I don't give a damn. Um, we can't judge it. We can't judge it. Okay, well, I will give my thoughts on saging. Hey, Stephanie. Starry Nights, hello, Starry Night. You talk to spirit? We have absolutely. Blood Rain said it's hard to believe that you've come this far. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yes,
But I
prophet.
had to
We
do
are.
the work privately.
You should do. How do you deal with negativity and jealousy around you? The world is mine.
Oh, this is a good topic. This is a good topic. And I think that we can do a deep dive on that. Kid, okay, you want to go into that now? Because I think this can take us over. Because Lisa, you're going through it. I'm going through. We can keep it in the YouTube space, and it literally happens to me every day.
Yeah.
You're going through it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't used this yet, but I have, and I don't. That's why I need to get with you first, Lisa, because I got a wash.
Okay.
And this is a jinx killer. So anybody that's coming at me, you listen. I got my stuff, like, girl, and I got my candles. Like, listen, I'm telling you, like, I'm not fucking around. It's getting serious out here. But no, in all honesty, the jealousy and stuff. I mean, honestly, you seen what I just did. Honestly, I tried to ignore it, but I ended up breaking. But what I honestly do, I call my friends like Lisa. I have them do a reading. What do we got going on? What am I about to run up against? You know what I'm saying? So me and Lisa will end up doing a reading. Then I end up trying to like I'll get in here, I'll light my candles, I'll do my sage thing, and I'll just keep trying to do what I have to do. Like lately, I've been noticing, like, even online, there are some people I could tell because I've been trending over the last couple of days. The jealousy is striking. It's been taking a lot out of me not to say something, a lot out of me not to something. But then you have to understand, listen, you know what? They're jealous for a reason. And now what in my mind, I say, what would Beyonce do? Not respond. You know why? No, because you have to think about this. And at least in my space, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So my thing is, if you respond, is, oh, why did you respond? You're pressed. You're this. So now I just let you talk, and I just keep making you more sick. So that's what you have to do. When you realize a person is jealous of you, there's nothing really you can do but keep making them more jealous. You know what I mean? Now, if there's friends, now you may have some friends or some family members. Unfortunately, you have to cut them off. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that I have to let some people go because unfortunately, they're in competition with me. They're jealous of me, and they're never going to truly be the support system that I need them to be. And so it's no love loss. It's no problem, but we cannot do this anymore.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I also, now coming from the healer space and as a mentor, I could say this too. First of all, you're never not going to have jealousy or negativity around you. That's always going to happen. Sometimes we also have to take, like you were talking about, taking accountability for some things. Sometimes we also have to take accountability that in this way, I don't want anybody to think about this. We can draw these things to us too as well. So when you have a space of I call it energetic trauma, that signal goes out. It's like blood in the water. I said this on your live, I think. On the
No,
game.
if you want to use it, because I think I was going to come and ask you, we talked about this privately because you kind of said that I need to not attract the narcissist anymore.
Yes.
And you were kind of telling me what is attracting it, and it was kind of in me.
Yes. Sometimes.
So go. You can elaborate on that. Go ahead, because I don't mind. Because I think that was a really good point.
Okay. So what I had to recognize when I'd have these people coming into my life is that there was something inside of me, a need or an injury or somewhere where I felt I wasn't enough in an area. And you will send out that signal because, guys, you have to remember, you are always the law of attraction works positively, and if we want to say negatively, it's always at work. You are always manifesting something 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you can be sending out this signal. This is how we get in these toxic relationships, like even romantic relationships. You send out this signal of an area that you feel that you actually have a lack in. And what'll happen is the victimizer will come in, and it'll seem like they are supplying, they're helping you with that, right? And you'll attract that energy back to you because maybe you don't feel in this area you're enough. So you will attract that jealousy and that negative. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes you will attract that jealousy and negativity towards you because this is an area you still need to do your shadow work in and come and go deep within and say, where did this come from? Why? If you keep attracting a certain type of person, there's just a different name and a different face. So in your case, to be honest, we had the Tasha K situation. Now we've got Mr. Lee, and there's been a couple other people along the way. And is this an area where you thought maybe you weren't enough in? That you needed this cosign or needed this assistance to get to this level, right? In your space, in your career, and you felt like you couldn't get there on your own.
And you know what? And I think when we were talking, if I can, and I think, remember, I told you that I think that was a piece maybe true because I felt like, in my life, I always have to be the leader. Like, I feel like in my relationships, in my, friendships, everybody's looking at me like to figure it out, and in my I'm the oldest. So there's that piece of me sometimes where I want to be in the passenger seat. I want to follow. I want the big brother. I want the leader. I want, but I want it to be genuine though.
Yes.
And I feel like I think that there's a piece of me that was genuinely looking to follow, but not like to be a follower, but like I want somebody doing more than me to teach me, to learn from. And I think I wanted to, I feel like in all of my, like a lot of my primary relationships, I'm the leader.
Yes.
And sometimes I just feel like I want to be led.
Yes. Listen, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm the same way. You've told me when I go to work with some people, Lisa, you don't need that. You don't need them.
Yeah.
Guys, don't think this doesn't go both ways. Because I'll say to Armon, hey, this person and da-da-da-da. And they're like, they can do this for me and they can do that for me. You be like, Lisa, you don't need that. You could do that on your own. You're fine. So we tell this to each other.
Yeah.
So, and I hope that you guys can see this is very transparent. We're both leaders in our own right. But sometimes, guys, the leader does get tired. And sometimes we do, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to work with somebody that is a leader in your industry, in your field. There's nothing wrong with that. But you said something very true, but it needs to be genuine. So when we can approach those relationships, then not from a space of need, but from a space of want, from a space of desire, but healthy desire, from a space of there's true admiration, and that person isn't looking to use us. So as you're healing this, and listen, guys, I've had to heal a whole hell of a lot, and I always do. Like this next stage in this iteration, I'm like, okay, well, who can I work with? And it's not that I don't think I know how, but I'm like, wow, I look at this person, this person, this one. They have these things. And I'm not clout chasing. I'm not any of that. It's that, man, I aspire to be this, but I want it to be a genuine relationship where I'm not coming to them hat in hand
Yeah.
Mother, may I, father, may I, please, 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 please. But it's like a real where someone really wants to genuinely help you grow. And in my line of work, being a mentor and having my Lightwork Academy and all of that, when I take someone in and when they decide to work with me, I hope that everyone truly understands I'm not here to say, you got to do it this way. And I'm not a gatekeeper and I'm not any of
Yeah.
that. I truly want you to grow and be the best you can be. So when you go seek mentorship or whatever, just make sure this is that kind of person. But there are people, my friend group, my close friend group has gone from being a group to it's almost like on a subatomic level. There's a very few people that are in this
Hmm.
circle. It's microscopic because you can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
And I've had relationships, I've had friendships outside of YouTube over the years that have fallen apart.
Mm.
And it's been very hurtful because I truly view those people as family. And then to have those people call me toxic or having those people say all of a sudden be doing weird stuff. It's just like, wow, what did I do to deserve this? So sometimes it's merely to teach you the lesson too as well. You cannot take everybody on the ride with you. And for those of us that are growing and glowing up and stepping in our purpose and becoming who we're meant to become, that is some of the hardest things for us to do. You can't take everybody with you.
So let me ask you this: going back to they're not your friends, because I think that's a great segue.
Yeah.
Can you have friends on YouTube?
Yes.
I feel like I have you and daytime tea time that I will call my friends on YouTube.
I have you. I have Secret Tarot. Uh,
I don't know if you could have friends on YouTube, and that's okay.
I have AT2 as well. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
open who I have as friends. Um, but for me to say that you're a friend, I'm not gonna say that you're a friend on YouTube. For me to call you a friend, we have to be friends outside of YouTube.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're
So
a YouTuber.
a YouTuber as a friend, uh,
Yes.
yeah, I think you can, but you have to be very, very careful. I have a lot of acquaintances.
Hmm.
I have budding friendships. I have budding relationships. I have YouTube ships. Some. Um, but you have to be very careful because unfortunately on YouTube, I have a saying that we are not in competition, we are in coalition. Not
Yeah.
everybody looks at it like that. Not everybody is mature enough to look at it like that. Unfortunately, people seem to think that there's not enough and somehow that they have to tear you down or be in competition with you
Hmm.
in order for you to coexist. And it's not that. And I've had to take it where I've had to recognize not everything that is said on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, not everything is truly about me. Not everything is, I might feel like it might be about me or it might hit me some type of way, but I also have to look at it. Mm-mm. I also have to look at it as if it's no. Oh,
Okay.
maybe it's up to you.
Okay.
Um, I have to look at it as if it's a situation where if it hits me some type of way,
Hmm.
is it me? See, sometimes we get triggered by stuff, and it's not the person saying it. It's within ourselves. Why are you so triggered by it?
Mm.
You got to look at that too. We got to take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at that too. Um, okay, guys. Hey, Kate. who Hecate is. Okay, you all talking amongst yourself. Okay. I hope y'all aren't arguing in the chat. Y'all know I don't like arguing in the chat. Where can you buy crystals? You can. Can you buy the crystal? I need to start selling them. Armand, you
Yeah.
used to sell them. You don't sell them
Yeah,
no
we
more, do
gotta buy.
you?
We still got the boxes, but we gotta bring that back. It's a whole business that I really need to just buckle down. I just literally just moved to LA, and then I'm gonna be honest with you. What happened was that there was this move to LA, and I was like, okay, let me figure this thing out first. Remember, Lisa, we talked about it. I'm
We
like,
did.
I needed to see what this was hitting for,
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting here, and I'm like not impressed, now I can open up my other businesses. But no, for a while
Yeah.
it was just like, remember, you actually helped me get on this goal plan. Like, remember, I had a goal, get to the
Yes.
100K. Then once that
Yes.
happened, it was get to LA and see what happens. Now that I'm here, okay, then I all of my crystal business, all that stuff will probably reopen again. But it's just like I needed to get settled here,
Yes.
have my bread and butter moving, and now I can start adding to my other things.
Yes.
That's just honestly
Absolutely.
what it was. I just didn't want to leave some of the main stuff untied.
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. I have an issue too where there's so many things that I can see and I want it all right now, believe it or
Mm-hmm.
not. And my team, bless their heart, they are so used to me running at the speed of light that it's like, okay, Lisa, we can't do this tomorrow. We gotta build it out. So it's okay to keep your eye on the prize and your intentions there and keep manifesting, but enjoy the journey. You said this,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the journey
Mm-hmm.
because you're learning so much along the way.
I am.
Enjoy the journey, guys. Don't 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 begrudge it because I'm telling you there are lessons that I have learned that that had I taken a little extra time, I wouldn't have hit my head against the wall so hard. Watch your mouth equals good vibes. Absolutely. You guys do people do curse themselves. Guys, I'm gonna drop the link for everybody in a second. Um, center them healing. Absolutely. Pillar candles for spells.
I think this is what these are. I didn't know that.
Yeah, those are spell candles or they're just energy candles. Sometimes they're infused with certain
Well, this is
energy.
a steady work candle.
Yeah. So right now, and this one that's burning, it's a little. I need to probably put a. This one you guys can't see is hot. I can't. This one is created to create. So I'm burning
Mm.
this, and it has certain scents, and it helps me to be
Okay.
creative. So I am not what you would say into what a lot of you would probably call witchcraft. Witchcraft. So I'm not etching things into sigils or anything in the side of candles and things like that. I
What
will
about
say this.
parchment? What about parchment? Was it parchment paper or what's the paper
Yeah, there's
called?
parchment paper and all this other stuff. Guys, understand that actually your prayers are actually spells. Mantras are actually spells. Anytime you're repeating something, it's a spell is simply speaking out a word, and that word goes out and creates something. Your words are energy. The energy you put behind the words goes out and create your word. Just like in the Bible, God's word does not return unto him void. Your words do not return unto you void either. You are created in God's image and likeness. Everything you say, when you think it, you believe it in your heart and you speak it, that's when it happens. So guard your heart, guard your mind, and allow your words to renew your mind as well. So, and it is all family over here. The thing I do not do and the people I will not ever work with. So if anybody ever comes and applies to come and be a part of Lightworker Academy, and if this is something that if you want to start creating your heart-centered coaching business, shameless plug, guys, shameless plug, allow me this. I do have something called Lightworker Academy. There are some people in this chat that have been a part of it and have come through my programs to help you become a entrepreneur and create a six-figure, heart-centered, spirit-based business. That could be a holistic healer, a Reiki healer, a reader. We're here helping raise the vibration of humanity. But I will not work with anyone that does dark magic in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I will not work with people that do active blood magic. I don't know. So there's certain people I will not work with. Anything that's dark, I am a light worker. And I'm not saying nothing against y'all, because sometimes y'all that do that dark magic, kind of like the mafia hitman. That ain't me, but somebody else.
Mm.
The master class is now going to be on the 29th. I did play a commercial earlier for that. Melinda, if you could drop that in the chat. Chime, I'm not sure. Um, thank you. The world is mine. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing readings tonight anymore. I mean, guys, Sebastian, I might pull you offline. Does it matter where you buy crystals or sage from? Nah, I don't think so. You can cleanse your crystals um, with just simply your intention, holding them in your hand, and the intention of you're using your divine energy to cleanse it and blow. Everything is about intention. The sage doesn't have any power. The cards don't have any power. Everything is about intention. I'm glad that you're here. So this is also, yeah, cleansing crystals. They do hold energy. So I do say cleanse them. Selenite, smudging them with sage, all that. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link, guys. I'm really behind, woefully behind in these chats. So I apologize. I'm gonna drop the link. We're not gonna hang on here too terribly much longer, but we'll drop the link. But I
Yeah,
will
I'll be
say
here
this:
like about 20 more minutes.
20 more minutes, and then we're gonna get out. Um, yes, I did. Yeah, I remember that. Um, no trash, no garbage, no nothing. If you come up here and start being messy, I will drop
Mm.
you and I will yeet you. You will be yeeted. I will kick you down. Okay? I don't think we have anybody in there, but I like to say that because you never know. Somebody might try it. Okay? Here is the link to join the conversation. And then when Armand drops down, guys, I will do a few more readings, and then I got to take my hair down. So, because I'm getting new hair installed tomorrow, so I'll do a few readings. Okay, after that, how do I pick a deck? So some people say that that your first deck should be gifted to you. I pick a deck by the cards. I pick a deck. So I'm just letting people know if there's any garbage that happens, I am going to drop you. Everybody backstage. I'm not for it. Not on my channel. Um, and then I do go if the graphics do. Okay, call to me. All right. We'll catch up further. So we are going to welcome Sebastian to the platform. We're also going to welcome Queen Tulsa to the platform. And I'm gonna say it again. No garbage on my channel. Okay. And the world is mine. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Jace, hello, hello. We're gonna go in order here. Okay. Sebastian, I brought you up first. Sebastian, welcome to the platform. What would you like to say, sir?
First, I would like to say to our mom, keep doing what you're doing. You're very talented. You have a lot of potential. Don't mind people who are tearing you down. Um, just look for the stars. Reach for the stars. I mean, everything is working in your favor. Just keep being victorious.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sebastian. Did you have a question?
Oh, Lisa, this question is for you because I've been saying I need a reading, Lisa, because I think I'm going through some issues, a lot of issues.
I promise you, Sebastian, you just super chat me. I will give you a reading. I want to honor Armand's and respect Armand's time here because he spends so much
Yes,
time with me
he
here with all of
has.
us tonight, and I very much appreciate it.
Yes,
So
Lisa, you need to
let's
make him.
do
You need to
that.
let him
And
go to sleep, Lisa.
huh?
The king needs to sleep so he could deliver for us.
Listen, the queen needs to sleep too. I don't know what you're talking
He's
about,
like, I need
child.
to take my hair out, child.
Listen, y'all the young people with a little bit of extra energy. Yeah, this woman got to go to bed.
Okay, that's all I have. I'll stay in the live. I'll keep watching.
All right. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat as well. Pretty dime. Hello. Thank you. Your money's funny. Oh, thank you. So listen. It's not about it. It's not. It's thank you for anything, and I appreciate that very, very much so. Very much so. Thank you, Sebastian. You want to stay up or you want to go back down to the live?
What do you want me to do?
You can stay, baby. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Up next, Queen Tulsa. Hello, dear. Welcome to the channel.
Hello, and thank you so much for letting me come up. Hello, Armand. My question to
Hey.
you is first of all, I want to say that I am definitely a fan, and you drew me in with get in here, get in here. Can you please bring that back? I miss it. What I want to say is, what do you say to those people that say, oh, he blew his chances of ever having a career?
Yeah, so we kind of talked about that earlier. I think that's interesting. I think honestly, I was talking to somebody about this earlier, and I think this is the power of YouTube. Like, people only say that about me, and this is not me being self-absorbed or self-centered or whatever, but people only say that about me because they assume based off of how I present that I want to be some larger than life figure. And maybe that's true. So they think, oh, you blew your chances by, burning certain bridges. But quite frankly, I still have a career. You know why? Regardless if I never get a television show, I have a YouTube channel that I've built slowly but surely from the ground up. So I have a career. I'm always going to be, as long as I stay connected to my audience and I create things for my audience. That's something that no one can ever take from me, because I built it. So I don't think that that's really true when people say that you've lost or you've ruined the chance of a career, because there's not one person that can make or break you. And like me and Lisa were talking about earlier, in the situation that you're probably referring to and everybody else is referring to, behind the scenes there was no true relationship anyway. So there was really no help anyway. So I was on my own regardless. So
Okay, and then this is my second question, but so being that you've experienced that, what would you give to a content creator that's up and coming? How should they handle business relationships, or how should bloggers communicate or handle each other so it doesn't have to be like one of those blowouts?
I think for me, the way that I would handle it, right? I just think, because I'm me and Lisa, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Because people were talking, okay, so because Lisa, she kind of checked me a little bit when she was like, well, you were kind of wrong about the lotto situation because you kind of were going through the same thing. So I said, for me, this is how I'm doing things now going forward, because on one end, a person may look at me as a top dog. On the other end, someone may look at me as an underdog. So for me, in the top dog position, I want to bring people up. I want to support people. It's not my job, right, to give you anything. But at the same time, I'm not going to be, bitter, or I'm not going to be envious of the next guy coming up, because the way that you remain a king or a queen is to continue to crown the next one coming forward. The reason why RuPaul is RuPaul, and the reason why RuPaul will forever be the queen, is because RuPaul crowns a new queen every year. And so unless RuPaul crowns you, no one cares, right? So I think that that's what keeps RuPaul being the queen of all queens, because she's not afraid to keep crowning a new queen. So for me, when I see new boys or new bloggers or new people coming up, that I fuck with, me, that respectful, and they're doing their thing, I'm gonna make sure to give them their flowers, because that's how I keep my respect. That's how I become the king of kings. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to crown the next one and crown the next one. And then as I'm coming up, I think, going back to Lisa's point, I need to realize within myself that, and I've realized that I don't have to give away I don't really need to align with any and everybody just because, I am enough within me. So I think it's realizing when you're enough and when you're seeing certain energies and you like, okay, well, I don't have to really deal with this energy because it just doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? I would be lying if I say I didn't see some of the signs. I seen them, but I kind of still went because I was like, well, this could still be a good opportunity. And you have to just kind of maneuver. But now I'm at a point where it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to do that because it's not going to end the best way. Sometimes, and I think the way that you kind of get that is when you start meditating, you center yourself, you build that discernment or that intuition, so where you can actually get that foresight to and actually feel like, okay, this isn't going to work out. And so you can make that decision to go either right or left. So that's my long answer.
Okay, no, listen, I think it was very professional, and thank you for keeping it professional. I didn't think that you went haywire, but I do kind of feel like it was just something that built up. So if we can just find like a strategy or a plan to decompress before we get to that point, I think that you're going to do amazing. I'm still here. I will still support you. My name is Queen Tulsa. You may not know me, but I know you. Thank you for coming on, and
Thank
thank you for
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
having
And if
me.
I could say something too, because I'm a smaller still, I'm still a smaller creator, right? Um, it's important for us to build proper relationships.
Yeah.
And just like you said, Queen Tulsa, sometimes it's best to decompress before we get into it with others. Also, I think you have to take a look at who you're dealing with. So some people are always just going to, their whole brand is about mess. That's just who they are, right? Now, which is why I was I was personally behind the scenes okay with Armand doing what he did the other night. And I said this on Sherelle's World. The brand is the brand. Sometimes people, you got to meet them where they're at sometimes, unless it's going to take you way far off your throne. So if you got to handle somebody that's acting a fool, you still got to remain on your throne. So I'm going to put you in your place, and I don't have to get down in the gutter with you.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't got to get down in the gutter with you. But I can sit here and I can say, okay, now look, sweetie. Now, we just gonna show what it is what it is. And I'm gonna let everybody know I know what it is what it is when it comes time. It was past time. You know,
And
see what I'm saying?
and if I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you, if I was gonna choose, like if I had to choose a time to kind of like let it ride, I would have much rather, ignore Tasha K
Mm,
and not went in on her. But this
mm,
person had to get it. Like I think that, like, and I want that to be very clear. There was no way that I was not going to let this person get what they got, because they had been such a big bad bully just across the board within celebrities and me. Like, it just, if I had to pick one to not get it, if you said, okay, listen, Armand, you only got one time to do this, and you got three
mm.
people, TS, Tasha K, Jason Lee, who's gonna get it? Jason Lee's gonna get it. Period. Because you have to understand, you're not about to play with me like that.
Right.
And I don't feel bad for doing it, because I just felt like, my mom always taught me, if you let a bully hit you one time, they're going to be able to feel like they can hit you again and again and again. And guess what? Mentally, they get in your head. And so all of a sudden, you're paralyzed to them.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't finna let him get in my head. That wasn't finna happen. And I seen him trying to.
Right. Right. And I said this earlier. You've matured.
Yeah.
Going through the TS thing, you've matured. I mean, going through TK, you've matured way since then. A lot. So now with with time, We all learn. At least we
Yeah.
should. I shouldn't say we all learn, because some of us get to be a certain age and we ain't learned a God blessed thing, child. Not one, not older. So if you live long enough and hopefully you pay attention long enough, you'll learn something along the way. So those are great questions, Queen Tussle. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna keep going because we do want to
Okay.
respect Armand's time. The world is mine, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the panel, Melissa and the Gray Pill podcast. I'm taking everything in order. The world is mine. Welcome to the platform.
For having me on your platform tonight. Uh, I just want to be very, grateful for you guys getting to this time. A lot of people, they need to hear this. Um, sometimes, people, and they really don't, they don't really talk about it with other people. And, when you get on, we get on YouTube. I usually get on this time because I know Armand gets on it, and he makes feel good, just with the jokes and the laughing and the good vibe. It really changes a lot of ways that people think. Um, but my thing is, I find myself of I deal with a lot of negativity from people, and it just, and so
Oh.
I don't know how to. I feel like my positivity side was taken away.
This on YouTube or real life?
No, on my real life,
Okay.
You
I
need to
just feel
book a
like,
session with Lisa.
yeah,
That's the
because I'm
for real.
telling
You need to book a real session, and you got to make sure your quality is not breaking up, because that's that wears me out.
yes, because I feel like every time I have a positive of, like, I want to start my own business, or I'm doing so good in life, and it just messes my mind up to the point that I'm like so upset about. Um, I just feel like someone wishes, and so all the positive and the positive energy that I have goes away. So that's why I was asking about saging and help me come back to how I used to be, because I used to be very positive, very outgoing, and it's just
Just
like
already got
everything is
started.
just negative.
I will say this, beloved. What I'm picking up from you is, we can give our power away to people. Um,
Undeserving.
yeah, yeah. Also, I'm also picking up. I don't know anything about your childhood, so but I'm also picking up, if I'm correct, you've always been the one, right, that was either the peacemaker or the
Yes.
one that, yeah. So when we're the peacemaker or the leader or whatever in our families as young children, we are taught then as young children, and as teenagers, that our energy, our wants, our needs, our desires, that we don't matter, and we must put everybody else ahead of us. We're kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the Cinderella to the stepsisters. Okay, if I could go back to
Right.
that fairy tale. And at some point, you're going to have to decide that you're going to come out and be Cinderella and be that queen and be the princess of the ball and step out and be who you are meant to be. And other people, they will continue to speak ill over you as long as you don't believe in yourself enough. So this is that shadow work. This is that energetic healing that is necessary. This is the healing of the soul that I would
Right.
say that us as light workers and things like that we do, right? But for
Mm-hmm.
you, I would say to you, start positive, writing down not only things every day that you are grateful for in your life, but start writing things down like I am lovable, I am more than enough, I am all positive, I am affirmations, and speak that over yourself. You need to speak life into yourself and stop allowing the death that's being spoken into you simply sit there,
Mm-hmm.
fester, and take root. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Can
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I've
can I,
cut off so
can I
many
add to that too? I'm sorry.
people. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, she's 100% right. That's pretty much the start of it. And you sound young. So, and two,
Mm-hmm.
we're not, I don't know anybody on the panel, but we're not professional, therapists, whatever. But if it's that deep rooted where you're saying that people is infecting you enough just by words, looks, stares, or glares, or little smirk comments, and you feel like you can't
Mm-hmm.
successfully be successful in your goals outside your home, then I recommend definitely just look into somebody professionally to help you out, from there. But definitely what Heart is saying is number one. Two, find any and everything for motivation, just for self, whether it's music, whether it's just getting out your own element, dancing, the gym, or find a new set of friends. I'm not saying dismiss family, but you have to pretty much yank out the weeds that's not
Mm-hmm.
helping you grow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you need to lie for a moment, like, hey, I need you to come over, make an excuse for a moment. And after that, kind of like build up that no, the hard cat no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have let go of a lot of friends. Feel really nice, when we hang out. But it's just, it just feels like a negative energy around me.
Yeah. The world is mine. I don't want to cut you off, and I'm not trying to make this seem like it's not important. Okay, baby, good night.
Okay,
I
but
I
thank you
know
guys
that
so much. I
you're very
appreciate it.
welcome. Armand,
Have a
did
good
you?
night. Take
Thank you. You
care.
at least want me, can I at least say
Thank you
good night,
guys.
my friend?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm like,
Did um, is it okay? Can you just take maybe one or two more questions here?
yeah,
Just
come on, come on, come on, come on.
okay. All right. The world is mine. You can stay up here. We'll talk to you in just a minute too. Let's go
Thank
through
you.
quickly. Jace, then Melissa, then the Great Pill podcast. Do you guys have a question for Armand before we let him kind of
I
go?
I do, and I apologize that when I sent you that message about the Rose of Sharon that I was moving too quickly. I wanted to know what you all thought of that flower image in the upper right hand corner of the death card. And my question was, is that the Rose of Sharon, or can you tell me what that symbolizes in the death card?
I do believe it is the Rose of Sharon, to be honest with you. Um,
I don't know, child.
I don't either. That's why.
Let me see.
similarly, a bit of a symbolizes love, beauty, and healing.
Oh,
The Rose of Sharon also it has been the Rose of Christians, I believe, Crucians, excuse me.
yes,
I
yes,
believe
the
also
Rosy
use that
Cross.
as a symbolism of the resurrection of Christ as well,
Mm-hmm.
of your rebirth and who you are as a reborn being. If memory serves me correctly. So
Okay.
yes, that would be because in on a lot of death cards, that knight that's writing looks a lot like a Rosicrucian, like a knight of the Templar.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a lot like the knight of the Templar, and I have seen some depictions where they are carrying that shield of the knight of the Templar. So
Mm.
that's listen to Armand song deposit your check. I don't have Armand song up here.
Well, I really enjoyed this program, and I just wanted to tell you that, and at least I will join Lightworkers Academy as soon as I possibly can, perhaps in the next week or so. I could get on board. But I just wanted to say this was a wonderful fellowship tonight, very enjoyable, and every time I come to hear you, I learn something. So
Mm.
thank you both so much
Mhm.
for
Thank you.
spending your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jace. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Armand, what is your tarot channel, by the way?
Oh, child, what is it right now? Magic vibes. I change it. You know me, Lisa. I'm
I
always
know,
changing the
always.
damn channel. I think it's.
Um,
I haven't been on there in months. Let me go. I don't
okay.
forget.
And if you
But
can grab that, I'll put it in
ask the question. Yeah.
okay. Okay, Melissa, you're up next.
Oh, be the vibe. Be the vibe, child. That's what it is.
Be the vibe.
Melissa,
Yeah.
is
Be
your
the vibe, tarot. Yeah.
it's Be the Vibe Tarot. Melinda can
Mhm.
find that for us.
Okay.
Or you and your feelings if you're still in there. Either of my mods. Okay. Melissa, I'm gonna move forward to Gray Pill because your mic isn't on, but let me know when you get there. Welcome to the podcast, the Gray Pill Podcast. How are you?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Well,
Good.
thank you.
I got no question. I ain't gonna waste Amar's time. I just want to say, give him his accolades and his cool points for him being him. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. When only way I knew of you is when you was giving Tasha K her upcomings, and then somehow it trickled down to lead attorney. He's been on her for days and days and days to the point
DM
where
me
he
on
actually
here,
had.
and then I'll have you send them to me.
Even with the T.
Is that
Yeah,
is
that's
that
her.
Eva?
Girl, mute your microphone, baby. Girl, I know my people when they come over. I have to talk to them crazy. Do not come on this over here with that right now.
I'm so
No,
Come over here with
Go-
that. Hold on, let him finish.
hold
Let him
on,
finish.
Eva.
okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry, sir. Go ahead,
Sorry,
sir.
I
It's all
have to
good.
get my
Apologize.
people. I'm like, we get ratchet. I could tell
It's
my
good. I know.
people.
Yeah, you got some church folks like that too. It's all good, man. They cut off the blessings as it's coming. It's all good. But no, just give you accolades, man. Just keep doing you like you normally do. And me personally, like I said, the only way I knew of you is when you was giving Tasha K the upcomings and the actual truth and the fact like it was. And somehow it trickled down to lead attorney. And I've been following him ever since. And he's been on her to the point where he'll make a super chat code or something with the smooth cat, because that's pretty much her little such and such he name she says to him. So, and another thing too, I actually modeled my banner after yours, and I had as soon as I was, because you know when you're coming up as a content creator, you're trying to get the right thumbnail, you're trying to get the right everything, and somehow that's literally the first day, and a homegirl of mine, she said, "Hey, have you checked out Armon Williams?" Like, no, I don't know who that is, and I saw your banner, and I said, okay, I think that's what I want. So it took me like a week to play around with it. I finally just hit the nail on the head, did the homework Canva, and I got it. So it's pretty much similar to yours, but my own little style and touch to it. So I just
Oh,
want to
let me
say,
see. What is it? What is it called? Let me look at it. What is
the
it?
Gray Pill Podcast.
Oh, the gray. Let me see.
Yeah, you see my ugly mug up there, top left corner.
Let me see. It's the head. Oh, the colors.
Yeah,
That
it's
don't
the
look like
no,
mine.
hold on. This is what I did. I took the lettering similar to it, and I was gonna put the picture, but I decided to do like a picture frame, like pin up.
Oh, okay.
So I did my touch to it. It's similar to yours, but I did my own touches to
That
it.
don't look like mine. I would have seen that and be like, oh, that don't look like mine. But it's nice though. It don't look like mine, but it's nice. It's actually better than mine's.
All right, I did my job well then. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, that's it, man. I just want to give you a cool point. So
Yeah,
do a
no
good job and
problem.
stay hungry, man. Just keep staying hungry.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. All right, Eva, we're gonna give you the last word so before Mr. Armand goes on and goes hangs out with his man.
How do I do it?
You're
Hello.
on here
Oh my
now.
God,
Yeah.
girl, my cover is blown, mind you. I was information for you, but yeah, they told me to come over here because I was doing my little. We're like, oh, go ask Armand and Lisa a question. I've never done this, but they wanted me to ask. Um, they wanted me to know it. How do you put roots on you?
How do people put roots on you?
Like how do you know if somebody
How do
puts
you know
roots
if someone's
on
put
you?
roots on you?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Yes.
Well, I will say this first because I went to Lisa because there was somebody, that said they were going to try to do that to me. It didn't work. They didn't. I mean, I think that they have to get like your hair, your something. I don't know how that works, but I remember like some fan pages, they were planning to do that to me and my family. And, that stuff didn't work on me. And I don't believe that any of those people could just do that. Now, Lisa, she's a little bit, but we also did a spell and broke it though. Remember that day, Lisa?
Yes,
we
we
did a tarot
did.
spell. So we did some work. So she can probably talk a little bit more to it than I can.
So
Okay.
how you know is some people will say it's because of like there's all these bad things that just continue to happen and happen and happen and happen to you. Nothing succeeds, da 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 da, right? It looks like that. It takes a very strong practitioner, first of all, to be able to put roots on somebody. Most people that attempt to put roots or do other types of spells like that
Usually backfires on
on
them.
you, it will backfire. So any of y'all, I call them Sabrina the Teenage Witches, any of y'all want to play and think you're going to put roots on somebody, I'd be very careful because if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to blow back right back on you. Okay, first of all. So it takes, like Armand's right, you typically have to have something of that person. It doesn't necessarily have to be hair, but it has to be something that's very personal to them or something that they have had that has their energy infused in it. Okay? There are some very powerful people, I will say, that probably could do something similar to that in the ethers without that. But it's very rare. A lot of times, somebody just simply saying, I'm going to put roots on you, or you had roots put on you. What happens is our own mind creates it in our own world.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Okay? I'm not sitting here going to say that spells and jinxes or anything like that don't work. But I will say the more power you give to it, the more power it has.
But here's the hot tea with the spells and stuff. When you start dibbling and dabbling in the spells, you are incurring karmic debt.
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
No matter what way you are. So even those love spells and all of that, you are incurring debt, karmic debt, and you will have to pay for that. I was learning this in the class.
Yeah.
And they were really serious about that.
Yes.
So when you start getting into that root work, spell work, even good for good, like you are incurring karmic debt because you're taking away a person's free will, and you got to be careful with that stuff. That's for real.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I will say, I'm sorry, one more
I had
thing,
quick
if
question,
I could, Eva.
because I was.
Go ahead.
What is Armand? Some oil? What is that?
Oh, this
That's the bath.
is the bath. I haven't done this yet because I was praying on it and meditating on this yet. But this is the jinx. No, okay. So if I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna be honest with you. So what ended up happening? I went to the store, okay, and I got a money candle because one of my girlfriends got a money candle, and I had got a good health candle, and I got my oils that I would dip in there. But for me, and I had got my Florida water, so I cleaned it all up, and I did it. But when I lit it, for me. When I lit the money candle, my money started getting funny. And then when I lit the good health candle, I started getting sick. So I threw those out. So for me, I was like, okay, maybe I'm going too far. So these are just what I had. So I was going to ask Lisa earlier, like what these were about. But see, I haven't touched these. I've been thrown, like they've been sitting away because I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is not for me. So you got to be careful with that stuff. I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. It may resonate with other people, but it did the reverse on me. And I threw those out of my house. No shade. And that's why I won't like these.
Yeah. It depends on your energy that you're putting into it and behind it. So for instance, if you still have a negative attachment to, and this is not a bad thing.
Okay.
If you still have a negative attachment to things of that nature, or there's still something behind you think, oh, this is of the devil, this is not what's going to happen. It's going to not work. Okay.
Mm.
If you have a positive intention of I'm utilizing this for this purpose, and you have the belief in the purpose and the intention behind it, then that's the energy that's going to be sent out.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, as far as spell work and all this stuff, I personally, this is a me thing, you take it for what it's worth. If you are quote unquote casting a spell, which again is nothing different than the prayers, than the incantations, than the mantras, that's all spells, guys. We got to call it for what it is. That's all spells. It all could be considered witchcraft. The question is, are you trying to take away someone else's free will or not? Because the minute you're imposing your will over someone else's, love spells, trying to throw like kind of jinx or whatever you want to say on somebody, you're wishing them ill or harm. If you're trying to do harm to someone or trying to force them to love you, you're not going to get nothing good out of it. I've seen people cast love spells, and what ended up happening is they became stalkers. They became violent. You know what I'm saying? Like it went left. You know what I'm saying? They became obsessed. So it's a problem. Don't do anything that's going to go against somebody else's free will. It's really just that simple.
Period.
Don't
So
do any harm.
when you do love spells, people become very obsessed.
They can.
They can. And you
That's
and
crazy.
you start, and if you plan in that for real, I'm telling you, you will incur karmic debt.
Oh, could I
will.
say something? Could I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I had one of my sister friends. She was dealing in that, and she didn't tell me right away. But I had asked, did she do anything? Because her boyfriend that she put that love spell on, he came back and tried to unalive her.
Yes.
Mm.
I have seen that happen more than once.
Which still comes back. You gotta be very careful who you hanging around, especially if they're trying to do stuff to you or vice versa.
Oh,
Be very
listen,
careful.
don't let everybody shake your hand and all that because people be doing oils and stuff. So, Armand, just a heads up, keep you some hand sanitizer on you. Whenever you shaking a hand, make sure you
Yeah.
hand sanitize, baby.
Yeah, but I do
Yes.
like
I
this
agree.
Florida water though. I need some good
I love
cleanser.
me
No,
some
I do
Florida
like
water.
I like this. I
I
like
love me
this.
some Florida water. Listen, there's nothing wrong with all these things. And guys, our
I got a bag of
ancestors.
tricks for these girls. I'm not playing.
Now, what's the
You
Florida?
already find out.
What's the Florida
Do I
water
need
for,
to do?
lady?
I've already set protection up around you, Armand. You're already
Yeah.
protected.
I got a bag of tricks for these bitches.
Kinds of,
Ain't no going. You're not taking me down, bitch. I get in here and bitch, I'll get
my
dirty with you. I had this motherfucker flickering.
Get in here, everybody, get in here.
I have bitches, lights going out at motherfuckers' houses.
Y'all need to stop.
You don't know. I got some stuff in here, baby, and I don't care. We can incur the debt.
I see. Listen, guys, but the thing is like I love some Florida water. Guys, we have to understand that whether we are originally from the African continent or from this continent, whether we're indigenous here, Black Indians, let's just say Black indigenous, or we're Black from the islands or Black from the motherland, our people had spiritual practices and rituals that were a part of our culture. Okay. And there was nothing wrong with that. Also, all of our spiritual practices, wherever you're from, all had this kind of Jesus Christ messianic figure, Christ consciousness, love consciousness involved in it. This didn't just pop up. Okay. And I'll go deep under that another time. Half of y'all probably gonna leave now. But anyway, so there's nothing wrong with us going back to the things that we knew worked. Just like holistic medicine and herbs and things all that. There is power in all that. This is why the alkaline diets and the Dr. Sebi diets and all of there's power in it. There's truth to it. So we should not be afraid of it. My only thing is, do not impose your will on somebody else. I will not work with people that work in the dark arts, aka impose their will or try to do harm. Okay? That's I draw the line there because I have had a lifetime of making sure people's curses and people's whatever you want to call on them, hexes, whatever it is, I've spent a lifetime breaking them. Okay? So do not mess with any of mine. So and I will not mess with people that do that. I have no time for you.
Okay, Lisa, I'm
And you
about
do
to
not want to
dip.
come up against me. So any of you heifers that's thinking, don't run up on me because my ancestors will come and mess you up. I'm not playing. And my angels. Don't get me started.
And this is
Now
why
I'll fight
working
back.
home, working home.
Hey,
But
better
this was
Thank you
fun,
for
Lisa.
having me
I'm
on.
gonna go. Eva, will
Armand,
call
thank
me.
you.
I'll call you back.
No, but I'm gonna tell you, we might have to do this. Is what brings me back to my channel. I love the energy over here. Like I'm like,
Yes.
I like when we get into this is my, my spooky tea. They be all, but this is but I'm like a nerd for this stuff.
Yes.
Like I love it. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I get into it. Like I buy all the
Yes.
stuff. So, maybe we'll have you on my channel too, because on the other side, because I want to I like the conversations and I feel like people are being enlightened. So
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you for
anytime.
having me.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Yes. And I seen a lady, if she's still here, she was asking where she can remind you. I just want to do the shameless plug. Listen, you can get all the music on Spotify or Apple Music at Armand Wiggins. Now, Remind You is on Apple Music at Just Armand. So I don't know why they haven't linked it, but yeah, so that's what that is. Make sure you guys follow me all over all across your social medias at the Armand
Yes.
Wiggins Show and Be the Vibe Tarot. I haven't dropped in like 2 months, but if you're interested, Lisa, I love you.
I love
Nice
you
to meet every one of you guys on the panel.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for having me, Lisa. I'm sure we'll talk tomorrow.
Can we
Okay.
get a shake off before you leave? Because I love.
Absolutely not.
Yes. Oh,
But listen, with that being said, girl, I'm finna go drink up and see what's
Go
going
ahead.
on the Twitter and stuff. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to you later, Lisa.
Okay,
Love
love.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Denzel's asking, and everybody on the panel, you're welcome to stay if you want. The true question is, when am I going to be over on CTV to discuss topics? That just has to. I don't know when that's going to happen. That just has to happen. Honestly, guys, I don't want anybody to think there's anything going on. Lately, if he's going on, I'm usually working during the day. I have my own business, so I'm
That
I
part.
I'm literally like from like 8, 9 o'clock Central Time in the morning till God knows when at night. I'm literally working in my own business, right? So running the academy, running Heart of Inspiration, doing these things. So it's not that there's anything. It just hasn't worked timing wise. So that's all that is. But I'm always open. If he would want me to come over there, that'd be wonderful. Let me see if I can catch up. Love spell. Yep, we're there. We're there. Okay, all right. I'm catching on. This was a fabulous, fabulous time, guys. This was a fabulous, fabulous time. I really have enjoyed this. Great pill. Have I
Yes.
seen you over on the lead attorney before?
Yes, I think I was on there twice. He was
Yeah.
so it was a brother at the end where he was asking for advice. Because I guess his wife or soon to be ex-wife was dangling some papers over his head, and I
Oh
came in
no.
and gave him my little experience of it, and just stay positive. And same thing like the other young lady, like, hey, if something getting you down with that negative energy, you got to find a way to stay focused and positive on your end. And I've been on
Yeah.
a lot of other panels too. Probably things for one, when she was in the 20K range, before she started blowing up.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm honored to have you here. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm honored to be here. Thank you. I love conversations like this. Any little nuggets I can get that help just grow my channel. And when I came in the conversation, I was talking about, debacles and drama, just a little bit how to kind of maneuver through that. And it was funny. I was just on a panel where I was giving my advice, and most people were saying, "Hey, use the drama to kind of boost your channel up, and then just run from there. And I was on the opposite end of the fence. Yeah, I was on the opposite end of the fence. I was like, well, it depends if it's organic drama. Let's say, for example, if you're in a space with an aberrant preach versus fresh and fit for that moment, it's not I'm attacking a person, I'm attacking the arguments and them being not authentic. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gave Armon his kudos about how he handled it. Yes, it wasn't jabs and personal attacks like, hey, this is the truth, this is what it is. And somehow, because of that truth, she even to right now, she is exposing herself to the point where, hey, she's outside the country, she's got sued by this celebrity, all this stuff going on. So now you really know what her channel's about. Great, she might have great content, but her moral core, her personality is just nasty.
Right.
So go over there for the entertainment, but just know who you're dealing with as a person.
Right. And I personally, so I didn't come up through the beef channel, the beef sector. I didn't come up as that kind of a channel, right? A drama channel like that.
Correct.
That's never been my brand.
Correct.
And when I even almost went there a few times, I had some people to pull my coattail and be like, this is not who you are. I don't feel, because now I've been on YouTube for a long time. I know a lot of history. And I will tell you the vast majority, I'm hard pressed to think of many, if any, if they stay in the beef sector and that's how they came up. First of all, it's very hard to get out. Second of all, it's very rare for anyone to get more than 20 or 30,000 subscribers. Third of all, you got to keep the beef up at all times. You always got to be dogging somebody out. Always. And always have something going on.
Yes.
And now back in the day, now I don't know how it is right now, but I do know that back in the day, those channels were not getting monetized. So you're running around here on a live for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. This bitch this and blah, 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 and all this stuff. You ain't making no money.
Correct.
What's the point?
Correct.
You got to run around here begging for a PayPal. Because this was even before Cash App.
Yeah. Cash App.
Wait, did you just say? Did you just say 4 or 5 hours they be doing their lives?
Child, let me tell you something. It was not unusual for me. That if y'all go way back to 2018, 2019, it was not unusual for me to be on live for 4 or 5 hours. I used to be here flipping cards for 4 or 5 hours at a crack.
But that's different. It's not the beef channel where you're done.
No. And also, and just to add to that too, Shane, and that's exactly what you just said. I try to explain to other people. YouTube right now, just did a celebration maybe a few months ago, is at a trillion. Whether it could be a trillion great content creators or just a trillion individual quote unquote YouTubers. There's so much spaces you can go to. If me and this nice lady right here is in the same sector and we have the quote unquote issues and beef, guess where I can go? Hey, either I can rebrand or just start networking someone else on another side of YouTube and grab that audience from there, and I go from there. There's another space where 3, 4 individuals from the main tree, and I was explaining to this one guy, but somehow he wasn't getting it. I said, this guy got like 80, 100K. He made his branches with other people, helped them get their 1K, 2K channels. And you're from there. All you're doing is circling from the same cycle of people, but you're still asking the why question. I say, that's why. All the same. Look at the chat. Look at the people you have on the panel. It's the same people. It's like an episode over and over and over again. Right. Go outside your element. Start networking, or just do, because if you don't want to do live podcasts, because I never want to do live podcasts in the beginning, but I love the networking. It's just fun. I just fell into it. It's very fun. So I was like, just do pre-recordings. That's a little bit less time, easier, and you're good. Yeah, that's it. It's not that hard to do. But if I like organic drama. If I see something, let's say Miss Hart is doing something, I'm like, I think I can criticize that. Just have a conversation, not attack her, but the argument. Okay, me respectfully, I always do this. I don't know why, but I know YouTube rules. You don't have to, but at least try to help her build a relationship. Hey, Miss Hart, email her, whatever her description up there, just comment, hey, can I have permission to react to this, whatever, because I don't want to, just do the whole transformative crap. I might be lazy at that moment. And then she said, yes, okay, cool. I'll attack the argument. That's it. Now she might come back like, okay, well, I'll see something in mine, and we'll have that little back and forth to the point like, you know what? I like the way he thinks. She liked the way I think. Okay, cool. We might collab and just go at it toe to toe.
Yes.
Or just come in a good conversation like we're doing now, and that's it.
Absolutely. This is what I loved. I love to have conversations. So my channel was growing a lot with the tarot. Of course, it was exploding. I got monetized in 4 months, guys.
Mhm.
It was exploding, but I couldn't just do that. I have way too many varied interests, and I was growing spiritually and things like that. So the reason why I even started the Sunday Soul podcast, and the reason why I want to do a whole nother podcast too, is because I love these types of conversations. I actually want to have somebody on the channel that has an opposing viewpoint. I love intelligent discourse. Okay. As long as it's intelligent and respectful. If you
Yeah.
come up here and you feel some type of way about something and you cannot give a a clear and coherent and logical reasoning as to why you feel the way you feel and why you believe the way you believe, I really don't have time for it because it's just whatever.
Yeah.
But this I love because this helps us grow. This is safe. This is transparent. This helps us all grow. The
Yes.
beefing and the attacking the individual. I was on a YouTuber's panel. I'm not going to say the name. I was on this particular panel one day and I was speaking on, from my perspective, how sometimes baby mamas can be in the wrong as far as child support or whatever, like, or the courts can come down too often on the side of the mother and not really take into account both parties and both parties' parental capabilities and the
You were
life that
bold.
that child may have.
Lisa, that's bold to say on a panel.
That's a good
Listen,
conversation.
but it's truth. And I'm a single mama. It's truth. And I've seen it not only just with other people, but I've seen it personally with my own son. And he has full custody and placement of my eldest granddaughter because his okay, Queen tells her, thank you so much for being here, love. Thank you. Um, he has full custody and placement of my eldest granddaughter because of her substance abuse issues and other issues. And it took a lot for us to fight for that. Now I'm speaking, boom, I'm saying exactly the way I'm saying here, right? All I see in this creator's chat is she needs to go lose some weight. Why is she up here talking? She's fat. Blah, 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 blah. She's got dark circles under her eyes. She must have diabetes. She must have high blood pressure. Oh, you couldn't have raised. And I also talked about the fact that my son has found himself into some trouble, he has gone to prison, but he still came out and he made something of himself, right? And fought and still got custody and placement
Nice.
of my granddaughter. I feel like that is a comeback. Like that's a positive story, right? Yes, my son went a different direction. Yes, he did not go in the direction I raised him, but he got himself together and now
Yes.
has custody of his eldest daughter. He's about to get married. They have a child together. He's gotten himself together. And all that was going on in that chat. Oh, somebody here was in that particular chat. Was they were degrading me as an individual. I will not go back up on that person's panel, nor will I ever go back to that chat again.
I had this similar. It's just, again, I remember I was on one. So what I used to do, if I learn from that, if I go on some, I'll put like certain pictures and stuff. Like I got some stuff here, and then I'll see someone in the chat just poke at that, and I'm sitting in the back of my head just laughing like, you're literally not worried about the conversation. I'll
No.
literally put little baits all over it. Someone like, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? And what about this?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, I used to come across him on other panels. Great comedian, and I hear I'm trying to be professional, clean, and the whole time he was slowly coming at me with the jokes, and I it was funny though. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Dang, I don't care what you do, but that's just part of the game too. So it is what it is, and you have to
Yeah.
learn. You just have to learn panels you get on. I had one guy, one gentleman. I pretty much thought he was the coolest guy ever. I don't like too much of his content thus far. When I came in one time, he pretty much he was called himself joking, but he was joking a little bit too much for my expense, and it came at me to direct a little joke, and somebody else was going to joke at me at his expense, and I took offense to that, and I said, no, that's not true, and he got offended, like, oh man, you know how we do? No, that's how you do. That's not how I do. I said, I've been on this panel. I've been on this panel 10 times. Nobody came at me that way. I'm good with jokes, but you're not gonna allow my name. You're not gonna do that. That's no. That's a no. And his response was, I thought like a grown kid. Well, I guess I won't joke with you no more. And I'm like, really, bro? We're really doing that? Like, I'm saying I'm good with a joke. Just don't allow my name when you do it. That's what I'm saying. And then at that point, no more links for me. He didn't want me up no more. It was a lot of stuff. And that's like I said, I still really support him. A buddy of mine that I coached still be on his panel. They're quote unquote like almost like little partners, and he'll do his thing. And I just come there to support him mainly, but I still be over there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Denzel, are you saying this for our friend here? Are you saying this for Great Pill?
Yeah, and I guess he's speaking of Fight Club. Yeah, but that's pretty much the same space. If you're speaking of Jay Prince, you also know of Jay Prince, Brittany B, Island Girl Q, and Fight Club. They're pretty much the same branch. I have no issue with all of them. I think they're all great. Shout out to Jay Prince. He just got the 1K couple days ago, and just because of that, you see the same circle of panelists. You know what I'm saying? So if I come up there, which is I have no problem coming there, I'm sure if I become interesting or whatever, I might get the 1,000. Let's just say I do, but then those same circle of people might be coming through mine, and then maybe have to make a underlying deal with the other people in the hierarchy, like, hey, well, you need to come on this time and go on that time, and then we'll leave from our channel and come on to yours. I'm like, no, I've done it before.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. I want to come on when I want to come on. I want to look at my own algorithm. I don't want to circulate. Play around my algorithm to make Miss Hart feel good. No, this is the Great Pill Podcast. She has a space. I have my own space.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys, if you're still here in the chat, thank you. Shout out to everybody that's still here. If you are a content creator up and coming, don't fall into that trap. Cultivate your own audience in your own time and your own algorithm. Yes, go on other people's. I do try to duck and dodge some larger channels that we might share. We might share audiences with. That much I will try to do. But at some point, some people are very chaotic and you just never know when they're going to go on anyway. So you go on and just continue to do your content, speak to the audience, speak to the audience you wish to cultivate, and, make sure your thumbnails are, hitting. Make sure that you have keywords in your title, in your description. Make sure those sorts of things, and make sure that you get a good hook in there, especially if it's pre-recorded. In the first few seconds, you got to have a good hook to let somebody know why they need to watch your. Now I'm getting into I'm getting down into the dirty here.
It's fine. That's how you got to do it.
But you got to give that first 5 to 10 seconds, boom, a good hook, okay, and then get to the gets, okay, especially if it's pre-recorded. Live, it's a little bit different, but also understand that the live algorithm is different from the pre-recorded algorithm, is different from the premiere algorithm, is different from the shorts algorithm.
Yes. I've seen a lot of top creators say, hey, I don't do shorts no more because it's not hitting like this.
I will say shorts has its place. You also have to understand what YouTube is pushing. YouTube is pushing shorts.
Yes.
Now, because my voice has been gone for the last 2 weeks, I haven't done as many shorts as I was doing. But do the shorts, because the shorts will grow your channel. They will feed you subscribers like nobody's business.
Oh, nice.
But then also take some of your long form content, cut the 60 seconds out, and put it up as a short. And then connect it to your, and it will automatically do that. But I also tend to put it in like in the first comment at least. Put the link to the long form content. That's how we're getting. And so now actually the algorithm is now, if you watch a lot of somebody's short videos, you will now get recommended their long form content as well. They have fixed that part with the algorithm.
Okay.
So I know I'm getting down into the weeds, guys.
Oh no, I
Sorry, I
appreciate it.
hope that
That's some
helps
good tea
though.
for me. Yeah. I just got to put some honey on it. I'm good.
You know, it's a thing.
Yeah.
This is an interesting game. So that's what I would recommend. And you know what? I'm proud of you for going on in different sectors and on different panels. That's exactly the same thing that I do.
Yeah. It's just seeing it, because I'm from the gamer side, so I did that for like 10 years. So when you hear the drama part, that make more sense to me, looking at avatars and
Yeah.
and animated people act the way they do. And then when you see it in real life, it's like, oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, Sir Wiley is live. Okay. Okay, I tell you what, guys, because I've been on here for 3.5 hours and I ain't not having any dinner. I'm gonna give Sebastian his reading because he's been here patiently asking me for it, and then I'm gonna get on off here. But do you, Great Pill? Thank you so much.
No
We're
problem.
gonna have to link up and talk about some more things. I would love to exchange podcasts if you would like to do so. I do
Sure.
that all the time.
Sure.
So can you shout your channel out again as well for us?
Sure. If anybody don't know, my name is Angelus, represent for the Gray Pill Podcast, where everything is not black and white. There's always gray in the middle. That's my motto. I like to have multiple people on to talk about perspective. Now, if you just happen to say, hey, you know what, I want to challenge the idea that somebody have, go right ahead. But I do not long stroke anything. Usually it was a 2-hour conversation. Now I've dumbed it down to an hour because everybody free time is very valued to me. So I work very hard on my for each subscriber. Trust me when I say I do. Every Tuesday we have ladies panel. Every Thursday we have men panel. Sometime every Saturday we'll have co-ed where it's men and women. And just for extra, again, for the content, I will actually do some reaction videos just for like little shorts, like Ms. Hart says. The shorts I am working on. So I'm glad you said that. But the actually smaller content, 16, 20 minutes, I do that from time to time. So that's pretty much about me. So Gray Pill Podcast, all my links and stuff is below, email. So if you feel like you want to be a guest on, have the conversation, hit me up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, I'll be hitting you up. We're gonna do this. I love your energy. Thank you so much. You're welcome to stay here if you would like. If you want to drop down, I wanted to give you that latitude because I'm gonna get my good friend Sebastian a reading, and then we're gonna get it on out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna give my information private, and I'm a dip. But I
Okay,
appreciate y'all
wonderful.
for having me on, and the chat's undefeated.
The chat is undefeated, isn't it? Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, Sebastian. I just put the Great Pill Podcast information in the chat there and his IG as well. All right, Sebastian, are you ready, my friend?
I am ready. I'm scared and ready. I'm
Oh,
scared too.
don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right. Do you have a specific question, sir, or what are we looking at?
Um, mm, why is it so hard for me to trust people?
You didn't necessarily need a tarot reading for that. Sebastian, sometimes I feel like you hmm. I what I'm seeing is like that people sometimes I don't know if it's making fun of or misunderstood or you've not fitting in has probably not necessarily always been your thing. Not saying that you didn't want to, but I feel like people have been rather mean um, and disrespectful, and people. There's a couple of friends are they're very close to you. Perhaps it's one as a teenager. Maybe it's a family member that betrayed your trust. But this has happened multiple times where people have betrayed your trust. Let me just put it like that. Also, it seems like there's also like there's something I hear like in the family where it's just like you can't trust anybody, you can't trust anybody, you can't trust anybody, and there's something generational there. I don't know if it's from. I feel like it's from heritage from way back, where there's
Mhm.
generationally there have been people that have come against the family, or the family put their trust. Someone in the family put their trust in, and it turned out that that was not very good. It did not
Mhm.
end well.
Mhm.
And this is a couple generations back, where it like almost like politically, I want to say, or financially, it just did not end well. So there's also this undercurrent energy that runs in your bloodline of you can't really trust outsiders.
Mhm.
Now, you have a choice in this lifetime to do that. But also, I think that I'm feeling a little bit of mistrust of your own choices because everything hasn't always worked as well as it should, or you wanted it to, or it could have. So sometimes we don't even trust
Yes.
ourselves.
I I don't trust my choices as well. Like I don't go with my gut. Sometimes no, sometimes when my gut tells me to do something, I'm just like, you know what? Let me do what it doesn't tell me. Like I don't fully trust my own self.
Right, right. When you don't fully trust yourself, you can't trust anybody else. So to get past this, I want you the next time you have to make a choice about your gut feeling, and you get a gut feeling about something, I want you to just take a minute and say, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen if this didn't work?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong, what's the absolute worst thing that can happen? And then decide if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can guarantee you, unless you die, and then some of us believe you'll come back again any damn way. But unless you die, it's not your last choice. Okay. And I want you to go into it. I want you to flow into it. I want you to say, I'm going to trust my gut and I'm going to go with it
Mm-hmm.
and let it go. Now, even if it doesn't work out, it's okay. Then I want you to look back and say, what lesson did I learn from it? And don't let the lesson be don't trust your gut. I want you to learn the lesson. Okay.
Okay.
You're right more often than you think you are.
Really?
Hmm. Sometimes when we don't take a chance, then we actually don't give ourselves the opportunity to prosper. You got to bet on yourself. You got to bet on yourself.
I will.
At the right time, you'll have a relationship, a long lasting one.
Really?
Yes. Are you sure you want to be a doctor?
Yes, I'm sure. Why? Are you seeing something else?
I'm seeing more research than actual in clinic, a clinician.
Ye Wow, that's shocking that you mentioned that. Like literally today, something literally just like a ever have that moment where like this idea just came into your head?
Yeah.
Yes. genetic research came
Yeah.
into my head today, literally. Like, well, not I've always had genetic research, but a specific type of genetic research came into my head today.
That you should pursue that. You should pursue that.
Then I'll go. I think I'll do I'll do grad school then, instead of med school.
Yeah, become a PhD.
Yeah, if like this was a specific type of genetic research that came into my head. I've always had interest in genetics, but like this particular one stumbled in my head today. I'm shocked that you figured that out. Damn.
I am a psychic. They don't call me the Oracle for nothing. I'm a seer.
Damn.
Yeah, do that. That's what you're meant to do. I'm not going to dig any further. I'm going to let it go, honey. I'm not going to dig no further into
I have some questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, about the relationship. Like, what type of relationship do you see me in? Like, is it going to be toxic? Is it going to be long lasting?
Oh, no. Long lasting. No, long lasting. But you have to open up your heart to love. You can't close it off.
That's what's hard for me. Like, when I tell you it's hard for me, heart of inspiration, it's hard. Like, I don't know what. Whoa, that's weird. I'm starting to remember things that have happened in my childhood.
Mm-hmm. You deal with those. We need to heal those hurts and repair that so we can repair your heart structure. We can repair your foundational structure so that you can trust and love.
I see why I don't trust people. I see why. Oh my God. Like, it just. Heart, go eat dinner. I will book another session with you. Oh my God. I need to go.
Okay, honey. Listen, before I let you go, breathe. Don't. Now that you see it, but I want you to go through this little short kind of thing here, okay? It's not really short, but it is. I teach about, when shadow work for me is I teach how we forgive. We have to forgive the other party or parties, and then we forgive ourselves. And then we release, okay? So don't hold on to it. Don't let it fester. Tonight, if you can, I want you to play, go on YouTube. I always tell everybody to do this. Go on YouTube and play some either all chakra balancing music or heart chakra healing music, sleep music. You'll find it. And a lot of times they'll even now they have black screen, so you won't have something showing. So heart chakra healing music, I would probably recommend to sleep by. Okay?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. And get in touch with me tomorrow.
Yes, I will.
Okay, lovey.
I'll just be clicking the links in the description.
All right, my dear.
Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Wow, guys. Another 4-hour live. Hey, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We had a wonderful show tonight. We had so many of y'all in the chat. Thank you so much, and all the likes, and everybody was wonderful and respectful and beautiful. And I hope that this helped you all in a myriad of ways. That you found something here that was beneficial to you, and that you had some insight and some things. All right. Guys, I'll y'all gonna see me again. I'm gonna go see Black Adam tomorrow night. And so we'll probably be back on Sunday for our Sunday Soul podcast. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, but anyway, we'll figure it all out. And I'm gonna start making shorts again. Now my voice is coming back. Okay, guys. All right, we gonna get, yeah, Lord. We made it, didn't we? So I really appreciate y'all. And thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, if you could do so on your way out, we are working towards our 10K. Finally, I'm paying attention now. So we're working towards our 10K here on YouTube. And thank you all for being a part of that. All right. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow. Oh, wait. Were you doing House of the Dragon? I will tell you, if y'all watch House of the Dragon, let me stop. If y'all watch House of the Dragon, go to Sir SER Hunt's Reviews. Sir Hunt's Reviews. Let me look, my friend. This is my buddy. He is he gives the most amazing analysis of all things Game of Thrones. So shout out to Sir Hunt's Reviews. I'm over there a lot. I'm a moderator over there, so I'm over there a lot. Sir Hunt's Reviews. What I do want to talk about is I do want to talk about Interview with the Vampire. Would you all be interested in some reviews of Interview with the Vampire? Cause child, it got me going. Let me know if y'all are interested in that. I do offer one-on-one sessions. If you go to my website, heartofinspiration.net, there are, and go to private sessions. You can find it there, okay? We love Armon too. We love Armon. We love him dearly. House of the Dragon is amazing. And now not tomorrow, Sunday will be the finale for the season, but there will be season 2. So y'all want me to do some Interview with the Vampire? Because I have read all of the Vampire Lestat books. I love them. All of Anne Rice's books. So we'll talk about that. But we'll probably talk about Black Adam. I still haven't talked to y'all about The Woman King, but which I did see. But we'll talk about Black Adam and all that kind of stuff too. So we'll start reviewing some House of the. We'll start reviewing Interview with the Vampire. Haven't gotten to that one yet. Wrapped up in House of Dragon. I've never seen a Walking Dead. Zombies freak me out. Zombies freak me out. All right, guys. I'm out of here for show. Honestly, right now. I'm honestly out of here. Let me get going, y'all. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Please check out my links in the description box below. If you already have a coaching or other business and you want to spirit-based, heart-centered, you want to accelerate it and elevate it, please join us next week, Saturday, for the High Vibe Business Masterclass. It's only $44.44. If you want to be an affiliate, then please email me and I will send you an affiliate link for that as well. Or if you are looking to become a light worker, or should I say step into your light worker purpose, please click. There's a link down below where you can book a 30-minute free consultation with myself or my team, and we will be happy to talk to you about the Practical Light Worker program, where we help you launch your business, and we also help train you in other modalities. We also train you and certify you if that's what you need, want, or desire. All right, guys. Thanks again. I so appreciate y'all. I don't think I'm eating, but I'm going to get on out of here. I'll talk to y'all soon. See you. Bye, guys.